Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. We're an hour and 5 minutes away from kickoff at the London Stadium as it's West Ham United against Arsenal. Gonzo, how you doing?
I'm all right, mate. Thank you. Yes, you okay?
Nerves are kicking in a little bit, actually, which were non-existent all week earlier today, but they're starting to kick in a little bit. But I'm lacking a bit of excitement, if I'm honest with you. I don't have that aggression or fruitiness that I usually have, especially like a big game like this. Normally, I get up for it. I think let's do them, and I'm missing that a little bit, which is frustrating me. But you never know.
No. You never know. You never know. I have neither. I have neither the excitement nor the nerves. So yeah, it's weird. It's a bit of a weird feeling today. Actually, you didn't. We went live. What was going on in the Forest game?
It's 0-0 still.
Okay.
It's Burnley 2, Villa 2, and I think it's still Palace 1, Everton 2, which is a good result for us because then Everton play Spurs on the last day. So you're going to want Everton to win on the last game of the season.
Absolutely.
So I think there's a positive result for us at Selhurst Park. And Newcastle, obviously we're playing them next week. Bit of a weird performance. I've watched them the whole game so far, and it's a bit of a strange performance from them. Howe's just a bit of a strange cookie at the minute. He's got Lewis Hall playing right back and Dan Burn playing left back. And
hold on, he's had a no.
Yeah, and I think he's got Trippier and Livramento on the bench. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, right then, West Ham, the lineup is out. It's on the screen. As you can see, Mads Hermansen in goal. The back three of Mavropanos, Jean-Claire Tadebo, as well as Disasi. Wan-Bissaka comes back into the side at right wing back with Juve at left wing back. Souček and Fernandes in midfield. And we assume it'll be out of possession of sort of 5-4-1 with Bowen and Somerville left and right midfield. And in possession, you try and get close to the lone striker, which is Tate. Are you happy with the lineup?
Yeah, absolutely fine. We discussed this and you gave it a shout. You said on the breakfast show this morning, you said you suspected he might go this way. I don't mind that at all. Honestly, I really, really don't. I felt he needed to do something, make a change. I don't mind. I think if we were still playing with full backs, I would have kept Walker Peters in there. I probably would have chucked Wan-Bissaka in at left back, to be perfectly honest with you. At wing backs, I think it changes it slightly. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Wan-Bissaka, if we get something today, it wouldn't surprise me if Wan-Bissaka has had a good game. Let's put it that way. I'm not claiming he'll definitely have a good game, but West Ham win. Wan-Bissaka's had a good game today, I suspect. So, at wing back, I quite like. I like the qualities he has. He's not always played well at wing back, but I like the qualities he's had. I think more importantly, it probably circumvents the trouble that we're seeing with Juve there. It gives an extra layer of protection over on that side, which I don't mind at all. We've gone with the three centre backs, so they're a big aggressive side. So I don't mind it. I don't mind this at all, Gio.
Do you think the reason you're okay with Wan-Bissaka coming in, is it because of the athletic side of his game, that ability to get up and down the right flank?
100%. 100%. Yeah. Do I think he's going to score a worldie or anything like that? No. But actually, yes, up and down, tackles, getting it in, athletic, moving in. I think he travels well with the ball as well. I think he could, if we're on the counter-attack, I think he's a better player. Probably more useful to us because it is going to be that. I think we will sit in. And more importantly, with this formation, I think it lessens the defensive demand on Bowen, I would hope. And I think that can only be a good thing. We don't need Bowen on the halfway line trying to beat someone, and then as I've got half the pitch to run into. This is not working for him. Let's get him in and around the goal, basically, in and around the 18-yard box, maybe.
Yeah, I can see the reasons for bringing Wan-Bissaka in. I think it's harsh on Walker Peters. I don't think he's done anything wrong. In fact, I think he's played quite well in a lot of games. And I think it's the athletic side. I think Wan-Bissaka is superior to Walker Peters in that regards. However, I also think he's prone to an error. And I think last week against Brentford, he was only on the pitch for 20, 30 minutes and he played his part in the third goal. He switched off, let the ball bounce, and he sprung into life. And even then, his communication with Adama was either on point and Adama ignored him or not good enough. But I don't think he played well when he came on against Brentford. So I think he's fortunate to get back into the team. I would have changed the goalkeeper. It feels very much like we are going to try and keep this tight, and we're going to try and play for a clean sheet. And if we can nick something brilliant, if not, at least we get a draw. And I always think that's incredibly risky. The noise is coming out from the club, whether it be Nuno or Mavpanos, was suggesting that we're going to have to go for it, and we're going to have to try and win this game. And I'm hoping he's got something up his sleeve. But given how we've seen us play under Nuno, and when you see the team on paper, it's hard not to think it's going to be a very defensive display from us. And the defence as a trio, the three centre-backs were excellent against Manchester City a few weeks ago.
Yep.
A game in which we drew 1-1. But we still only had one shot in that game. And it was from a corner which Mavpanos scored. Had we not scored that, I would have been fuming with the performance in the sense that we didn't have a shot. We would have one effort, a goal, and that was it. So puts a lot of pressure on, I think, Bowen, Somerville and Tati in particular to try and make things stick and get things going, just them three in attack. Juve and Wan-Bissaka will try and get out the pitch, but by the time they get there, they might find the opportunities gone. So I think them three are going to have to work really hard and work really well together if they're going to forge much opportunities. That's how I see it. The West Ham bench is scrolling along the bottom of your screen. Just for context, Adama Traore is injured, so he's unavailable today. So the bench is Alphonse Areola, alongside Walker Peters and Max Kilman. We've also got Ollie Scarles, Magassa, Potts and Kante, and then we've got Pablo and Wilson. So a bit of a blow not to have Adama on there, but doesn't really use him too much anyway.
That is true, but it would be nice to have the buffer zone of him on there, the comfort blanket if you want. Yeah, that is a bit of a blow because we're going to have to work very hard today and the players are going to get tired. But like you say, he hasn't shown any sort of propensity to take either Somerville or Bowen off, but it just gives us a little something. But yeah, you do end up looking at it and wondering why he pushed so hard to get him in the first place when he hasn't really used him.
Yeah, I'd rather have him available than not. It's hard to see much game changers on that bench. If you needed a goal, you maybe got one or two that could, well, you've got one that can stick it in the net, which is Callum Wilson. The issue is getting the ball to Callum Wilson in this type of game. So Kante maybe, but there's few. I think the starting 11 is going to have to get the job done, really. We've got plenty of defensive reinforcements on the bench. We want to try and pad out the midfield or whatever and see the game out, but it's going to be tricky. And there's been a goal at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 0, Newcastle United 1. Harvey Barnes with the goal. But there's also been a goal at Selhurst Park. It's now Crystal Palace 2, Everton 2. So you could argue it's a good goal at the City Ground for West Ham because Forest still technically, mathematically, can be relegated. But you could argue it's a bad thing because that would mean Newcastle, should they see this win out, they've won back-to-back games before they play us next week. But certainly a bad goal for West Ham at Selhurst Park now. I'll keep you up to date with the scores around the ground as there's about 15-20 minutes to be played at each venue. Would you like to know the Arsenal team, Gonzo?
Unfortunately, yes, please.
I suspect you already know it, but in goal for Arsenal this afternoon is David Raya at the back four, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel and Calafiori, with Rice and Lewis Skelly in midfield. Eze slightly ahead of them, with Trossard on the left, Saka on the right, and Gyökeres up front.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Lewis Skelly in there. I know he obviously got a start in midweek in the Champions League, but yeah, but let's listen to his interview. Listen to Arteta's interview, and I thought there was enough hints in there that he was going to be dropping in for this one. So I don't know. It's maybe I don't know. It seems like a useless ploy to pull because I don't think ultimately it makes any difference because they've got loads and loads of good players there. So whoever's going to play there is going to be a good player. Yeah, mate. Look, tough team. Lots of creativity there as well. Loads and loads of creativity. Yeah, there's nothing there that surprises me. There's nothing there at all. So, well, with the exception of Lewis Skelly, but even that, it still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to have to be at our very, very best to beat them. They need to be a little bit off of it. We're going to need maybe some VAR stuff, some referee decisions possibly going in our favour. We need everything going for us today. So it really doesn't matter who they were going to play. I literally don't care, actually, what their team is.
Brilliant. Fantastic. You should be on Sky Sports for that analysis. Here's the Arsenal, I don't care.
I don't. It was always going to be good, wasn't it? We just this is now about us and not them. I'm sick. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. Honestly, I'm sick of hearing from them. I'm sick of hearing about them. They've got the worst online fans on the whole internet. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Someone just before I went and checked the teams just before I came up here. Someone has used AI and done a mock-up of West Ham fans. They look like they're in a back street in Plaistow or something like that. AI with all West Ham fans carrying these banners, doing some AI chant begging Declan Rice to throw the game. And people are looking at Arsenal fans are triggering it. They're so sad, those West Ham fans. Yeah, mate, it's not even happened. But yeah, look, what can you do? What can you do? I think most people would agree that you know, maybe people aren't at their best online. You know, people can be a lot ruder online than they are in real life. I think most people would agree with that. And I think because of Arsenal Fan TV and all that, they just hoovered up all the arseholes when it all started. All those floating fans, I wouldn't even say glory hunters because there wasn't a lot of glory there, but they hoovered up all the arseholes. And they just, honestly, they're just the worst fan base online. Meet them in real life and people that go to games, they're absolutely fine. But oh my goodness, they're insufferable. So yeah, anyway. There you go.
Somerville's got to get at Ben White for me. He's got to get at him as much as he can. I like Ben White, and I think he's really good going forward, which is weird considering he's actually, a centre-back by trade. But I think his overlapping runs for Saka is really beneficial. I think he's got a better partnership with Saka than Timber does personally, although I think Timber's a much better player than Ben White is. And Calafiori on the other side, he'll go wandering. He'll pop up between Wan-Bissaka and Mavropanos or Todibo, and they're going to have to be careful for that. They're going to have to know who's marking him, because the last thing you want is Bowen traipsing all the way back and standing in between our centre-backs marking Calafiori. So there's got to be a plan which allows Calafiori to be passed on to keep Bowen high up the pitch. They don't tend to do as much with this because they've got this new midfield of Rice and Lewis Skelly, whereas traditionally they'd have Zubimendi in there and Rice would pull over to the left to allow the left back to make up the midfield numbers. But Lewis Skelly's played really well the last couple of games. Some nice through balls into the feet of his attacking players. So him and Rice have formed a good partnership the last couple of games. So it's, as Gonza said, a really impressive Arsenal team, and it's difficult for it not to be. I'll read out the bench for the Arsenal side for anyone cares, although we're not going to make a big deal about it. It's Kepa, Mosquera, Hincapié, Odegaard, Martinelli, Madueke, Dauman, Zubimendi, and Havertz.
Oh, I didn't know Havertz. I thought he was injured. Yeah, I mean, any team that can keep Odegaard on the bench, he probably deserves to be. Maybe with recent form, has come back really strong, hasn't he? So, but any team that can afford to do that, this is it. They may or may not be the best team in the country and the best team in Europe. We're going to find out. Hopefully we find out at the end of the day. Actually, they're the second best team in the country and the second best team in East London today. That would be brilliant.
Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to compile a little bet together, myself and Gonzo, and should the bet win, one of you will win the money. Gonzo, what are you fancying for today?
I think to make it value, I think we have to go with a surprise West Ham win, because to give someone half a chance, do you know what I mean, of earning some money, go for a draw or an Arsenal win. Someone's going to win tuppence. So let's go for an Arsenal win. Let's try and let's start
what?
there. Sorry, West Ham win and go from there. Yeah.
Right, okay. So West Ham win. Bowen to score or assist.
Yes, that's a good one.
If we're going to win, he's likely to be involved one way or another, isn't he?
That is a good one. Yeah,
right, what else we're fancying?
Ben White to get a card. That's got to be good.
Right, let's have a gander. Not really. Just
really
surprising. It's 33-1, so it would be 170 quid.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I think we push it too far.
Okay, right. Well, that's the bet then. These three things to happen: West Ham to win, Bowen to score or assist, Ben White to be booked. If that bet wins, one of you lovely lot will win 170 quid. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase:
Arteta's getting a Saka.
Arteta's getting the Saka. Put that into the live chat. Anyway, normally, Gonzo, I say you've seen the team, seen the field and stuff, but there's a bit of flatness about you today.
Sorry, do you know what? I had a cough then, and initially I muted you
Okay.
while I coughed, so everyone heard my cough, and then I muted myself when I was giving the answer. So there you go. The old technology is back in full flow. I'm flat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm not flat. I'm agitated actually. I'm not. I'm not excited for the game. I'm annoyed at the situation we find ourselves in. I think that's it as much as anything. Yeah, I have. I admit it. I can't pretend otherwise. It would be disingenuous to pretend otherwise. I'm so sick of the predicament we're in. I don't really fancy us today. So I've carried annoyance into this game, which I think is why I'm not nervous, because I don't expect anything. But like everybody else, I would love it, mate. I would absolutely love it. It's going to make no sense at all. I'm not nervous. I'm not confident, but I'm up for it.
No, I get that. I that does make sense actually. I think a lot of people in the live chat would be able to relate to it as well. Actually, I'm just hoping, regardless of what formation you put out, it's just not the team I would have went with. It's not the team you would have went with. I get why he's done it, but it doesn't mean I like it. Right? I can easily separate what I want to see and why I see what I see. Usually, it's two different things. I find it very easy to separate the two as well.
Yeah.
So I get why he's done what he's done. He's looked at it. He's looked at the game against Man City and thought, well, Man City barely laid a glove on. They did score, but Hermansen wasn't busy in that game. So he thought, well, if we repeat the same thing again, we can maybe keep Arsenal out. And I've got Somerville in the team instead of Pablo, so I'll have more threat and more pace going forward with any counter-attacks. So I get why he's done it. But regardless of if he went 5-4-1, whatever formation you want to call this, 3-5-2, whatever. The players, I want to see the players go out there and really make it a fight, right? Yeah. Really, really make it a battle out on that pitch today. If we're going to get beat, the last thing I want to feel is almost insulted watching the game that the players haven't really bothered, they haven't really turned up. And I felt like that a little bit in the second half against Brentford. Whilst I think there was a lot of luck in their favour, or a lot of bad luck against us to go 1-0 down at half-time, the second half was to go 2-0 down was self-inflicted by Juve. But after that, I didn't really feel like there was a reaction from us. It was almost like the players were okay getting beat, and I didn't like that. That frustrates me. So today, I just want to see from the very start, the very first minute, I want to see the players 100 mile an hour get stuck in. And this is where I've got to add that disclaimer. Within reason, don't get sent off. No two-footed lunges or anything like that. But just be strong in the tackle. Do your best to win it. If you don't win the first one, make sure you win the second one. We're going to have to, every one of our players, when we check the statistics tomorrow morning, it's going to have to be that our players have got over 50% of their duels, and every single player is going to have over 50%. Chat is not going to manage it up against Saliba and Gabriel by himself. But do you know what? Can he just do a little bit of what Antonio used to do? Antonio often wouldn't win the duel, but he'd make himself a nuisance, make him head out for a throw-in instead of heading it back down the middle of the pitch. Yep. Just make him take one touch instead of two. Force it back to the goalkeeper. Just be the biggest pain in the arse possible for them two centre-backs. Can Somerville just really get at Ben White and keep on getting at him? Because we know Somerville can run at a player 2-3 times, get tackled 2-3 times, but the fourth one he's past him. Yeah. And then that player has to either bring him down or let him run. And we've just got to be... It's going to be difficult with this formation, but we've got to have some ambition within this team to go and win this game. We cannot play for a 0-0. And if there's 10 minutes to go... What I will also say is if we're, say, a goal down with 10 minutes to go, we've got to throw everything. The difference between getting beat 1-0 and 2-0, it makes no difference to us. Our goal differences is buggered anyway, right? But at 1-0 up, they might start to panic. They might start to think, hang on a minute, we're going to have to be careful here. We'll get the 3 points. If we're 1-0 down 5 minutes to go, I want to see Hermansen in the box for corners and everything. We've got to really just take it to them and stick it on them. If they're going to win, let's make sure they bloody earn it. And they've had to play one of the best performances of the season to get all 3 points. I do not want to see us lie down and get our tummies tickled by this lot today. I do not want to see it at all. We've seen it too many times. I've seen one of those clips. I've seen a few clips on social media the last couple of days. There was one actually that got me up for it briefly this morning. The club put it up. It was, about like how they haven't given up and we're all together until the end.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, the soundtrack and the players speaking, and it got me a little bit, yeah, come on then. Right? I was all right with it. But then I saw a clip from Arsenal of Sanchez. I still remember it. We were at the game. Sanchez scored his hat-trick, and he literally just ran down the middle of the pitch, and everyone backed off him, and he just popped it in. And I thought, I do not want to... If I witness anything like that today, I will be fuming.
Yeah.
I want to know...
What a good player he was, by the way. For them.
I know. Regardless of the score today, Gonzo, by the 90th minute, I want people, whether they're a West Ham fan or not, to be able to tell West Ham are in a relegation battle because of what they've just witnessed on that football pitch today. It's got to be obvious we're fighting for our lives. They're fighting for the title. This has got to be possibly one of the highest stakes games in the Premier League ever. Not the highest, Man City against QPR, for example, is higher. But third last game, we've got a team that could win the title, and we've got a team that could get relegated, and this game could be pivotal in both of those outcomes. This game is huge stakes for both. We've got to play like it. We've got to absolutely go out there and play like it. Are you confident Nuno's going to have the players bang up for it? Even if you're not, and I'm not, and some of the chat aren't, are you confident the players will be?
Yeah. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I don't think they're blowing smoke up anyone's what's it. I think they are. I haven't seen that video, but I am sure it's true. I'm sure it's accurate to their feelings. I'm sure they're not just reading from a script. I think Nuno is as up for it as he is ever likely to be. Bearing in mind he's quite softly spoken. I suspect he's not quite at that softly spoken inside the dressing room. If not, you've got Paco there to G him up. I'm quite sure he has a little shout and can say something rousing or at least give off that kind of energy. I think it's hard not to be. I think with characters like Disassi around as well. You see him. He's like not just G'ing his teammates up. He's trying to G the crowd up a lot of the time. I would be surprised if he's thumping his own chest in that dressing room before we go out and slapping everyone on the back. We wouldn't be surprised Souček's doing the same. These are, those two men are leaders. There's no doubt in my mind about that. So I do think they'll be up for it.
Yeah. For anyone interested, it's currently Nottingham Forest 1, Newcastle United 1, Elliot Anderson with the equaliser, and there's 5 seconds of normal time plus stoppage to go on my screen right now, and it's still Crystal Palace 2, Everton 2, and I believe it's still Burnley 2, Aston Villa 2. Let me just get confirmation. That's correct. Burnley 2, Aston Villa 2 at Turf Moor. So all 3 Premier League games currently a draw as they enter stoppage time. I'll let you know if there's any goals in any of the 3 matches. Right, Gonzo, we'll turn to the live chat now, see what they're all saying. Yes, there's also a poll in the live chat now. Please pick whichever one you predict, whether you think West Ham's going to win, Arsenal's going to win, or the game will finish a draw, and we'll end the poll in about 15 minutes just before Gonzo departs. Actually, before we turn to live chat, please get your comments in. Have you got your canvas there? Do you want to point people in direction of your canvas?
There you go.
Oh, you've hung it up.
Yeah.
Slash has been demoted.
Well, for the moment, only Marge. Am I in the middle again?
Mine's there, but it's balancing on a frame.
Yeah, you can see. I see you've got a wonky one. That is, in fact, there's a discount on that at the moment. That's £75 on Canning Town Lane. Just Google Canning Town Lane, the Canning Town Lane shop. That is, it's a very, very famous image.
Let me get mine down so people can see a bit of it. It is very large.
It is huge. It's huge.
Is like a quarter of it, what people can see on the camera at home. This is like a bit. Let me turn it vertically because then you might get more in. There you go. Look at that.
Let me turn it vertically because then you might get more in. Hey? Tips.
And that is how you make babies.
Tips from Gio.
Literally the chip as well.
There you go. Right where Gio's hand is, where I was pretty much sat for that goal.
There you go.
Yeah, about there, yeah. Look, it's a canvas, it's lovely. It's so good, it probably looks like a picture. It's not. It's a canvas painted. It is beautiful, and those are prints of the original. But just it's massive, it's iconic. I know Len thinks it's his best ever work. It's absolutely magnificent. There's me slash. If you want to see me slash, want to see me have a slash? There you go. A slash. Yeah, go and check it out. Honestly, go and check it out. Real iconic thing, and as I know with Len, once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, 25% off all canvases during the month of May. And the line message, I hope I'm not saying something I'm not allowed to say, messaged me yesterday to say that the person that creates his canvases is retiring at the end of the month. So there'll be no more canvases from the end of May onwards. So this is your last chance, not just to get that canvas, to get any canvas at Canning Town Lane. So make sure you go check it out. 25% off all canvases, and you don't need a code or anything. That's just site wide as well. So go and have a look, and you'll be supporting a fantastic West Ham creator. Right then, let's turn to the live chat. Banana saying, got a question. If you had Antonio Soufal, Creswell, Fornals, current form, would we be in with a better chance than the current squad we have?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But to have those extra players, yeah, for sure. Peak Antonio, absolutely. Soufal.
No, it says current form.
Oh, I don't think he's got any current form.
Well, that's why. He's out in Saudi, isn't he? But
Soufal certainly. Fornals had a good season. Yeah. I mean, just the leadership that they would give you as well. Yeah. There's we miss a couple of those. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Would we have a better chance? Who would I prefer, Tati or today's Antonio?
Tati. Yeah.
Creswell or Diouf? It would be Diouf. Soufal or Wan-Bissaka? It would still be Wan-Bissaka, but I'd have Fornals over. As it's saying that, where would he play? But Fornals would certainly get in the team in some form, I think. And the reason I say that is I haven't seen loads of Soufal, admittedly, but he's having a very good season in Bundesliga. I did like his comments, though. He was asked yesterday. Yeah. Said, West Ham playing Arsenal tomorrow. And he said, we're going to fight to the end. He said, sorry, I keep saying we. He said, they'll fight to the end. I think he got a bit embarrassed because he offended...
Of course.
The German fans, because he's speaking about West Ham as if he's still there. And then he said, the players will stick together. He said, I've heard that since Nuno's come in, they're together and this is back now and stuff. So he's definitely still a big West Ham fan.
Yeah, I just to say that I wouldn't care if Stuttgart were in a really important game today and then Mavropanos said we when asked about it by, German TV. I wouldn't care. I think.
It's like, to be fair, it's like when... Before everything happened, when Paqueta was here early days, he was always talking about Flamengo. I was completely unoffensive. Yeah. Little did we know they were they were chatting behind our backs, right? They were having a footballing affair, but at the time it just looked like I'm completely agree. I think it'd be different if it was a different English club. I think if say Wan-Bissaka said, I really hope Man U win this weekend. I think then I'd be like, not sure about that. But when it's teams from different countries, I think it's a very normal thing. It's a very, you're still going to have your preferred teams and stuff like that. And I think it's a sign of a good person. That if they still have that affection for the previous club and the previous club's fan base have that affection for that player, that you're buying a really good person. You're buying a player who's going to give 100% because that fan base wouldn't still love them if it didn't. And sometimes, like when West Ham fans go to Real Betis and they have a West Ham flag, I think Fornals makes a point of going over to them. And I think the Real Betis social media team enjoy it as well. I think they just take pictures of Fornals with a West Ham flag and like West Ham fans here see Fornals and stuff like that.
The two clubs are no threat to one another. It's fine.
Yeah. Right then, I just want to say thank you to 3 people. Quiz, thank you very much for the £5 super chat.
Hey, Quiz.
It's not letting me click on. I'm going to have to do that loggy out, loggy in thing again.
Hold on, do you want me to have a go?
Yeah, can you click on paid
Quiz?
and then wait? There you go.
Quiz?
You can read them out.
Hello, Quiz. It's just across hammers. So I don't know what you want me to say. Thank you, Quiz. Man. Pitsy 91. Afternoon, chaps. Hope you're both well. I'm going for a 2-1 Bowen and Somerville to score. Thank you, mate. I hope you are right. I'll take that. I don't care who scores in the 2-1, but for you, I hope you're right. Last but not least is Alfie, £2. Thank you very much indeed. Super chat there. 10th of May, 1980. West Ham United 1, Arsenal 0. Let's do it again. I was at me nan's. My old man went to the game, bribed me with an Action Man and an Action Man tank, which I was quite happy with. I sat there on the telly with my granddad telling me why it was such an important game. There you go. Thank you, everyone.
Right there, Gonzo, you're going to have to head off in just a few minutes. So before you go that, shall we end the poll? And let's get you some predictions. But before that, just to confirm, it's now full time around the grounds, and it's finished. It's finished. Burnley 2, Aston Villa 2. Anthony got the opening goal there, and then Barkley scored just before half time. Watkins gave them the lead. Then Fleming scored again for Burnley, making it 2-2. And so it's a draw there. At Selhurst Park is finished. Crystal Palace 2, Everton 2. Tarkowski giving Everton the lead before Sarr equalised. Beto regained the lead, and then Mateta equalised for the Eagles. And then it's just finished. Nottingham Forest 1, Newcastle United 1. Harvey Barnes scoring in the 74th minute, and then Elliot Anderson equalising in the 87th minute for the Reds. So 3 draws. Maybe it could be 4 draws.
Five draws. That's a whole draw. That's a whole draw full of draws.
Yeah. Right. We did a poll in the live chat. People predicted what they think is going to happen. What percentage do you think went for the West Ham win?
I think more than a third, because I think people know we need to win this. I think 37% went for a West Ham win.
A third.
Yeah,
33%.
There you go. Okay, brilliant.
Bang on 33%. 48% of people went for an Arsenal win, and 19% going for a draw, which is actually, while people might think that's optimistic, that's actually quite negative for the chat. Usually it's quite a high percentage for the win. Yeah. Right, Gonzo, in the preview you said 2-0 Arsenal. Are you sticking with that one?
Yeah, I think so. I can't see us winning this game. I hope I'm wrong. I'll be so happy in my review, and well, not just in my review. I won't put on happiness. It won't be faux fake happiness. It will be genuine happiness, which I will even be before I do the review. So there you go. But I think it's hard to see past them. It's been a long old tiring season, mate.
Yeah, it has been. The third last game, and it feels. Last weekend felt a pivotal one because we were playing Brentford, and Spurs were playing Villa, and it felt like it could be quite a big one. And this one, it feels like it could be pivotal, but there's a significant difference for me. Last weekend, it felt pivotal in the sense that it could really decide who the front runners for avoiding relegation were, and it's done that. This one feels pivotal, but not necessarily to decide who's the favourites for the drop, but for us to just remain in with a chance of staying up to some extent, because anything's possible. But I think what's more likely is we don't win, and what's likely tomorrow is that maybe it's a draw. We just cannot. The worst case scenario is it's quite scary, which is we lose and Spurs win tomorrow, and that's 4 points behind, 2 games to go. That mathematically it's not, but it's we ain't coming back from that one. But I think if we can match what Spurs do this weekend, maybe. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing. I can't. I'm laughing at someone's picture on their avatar. I can't get into all that.
What one is it?
I'm not. And you should just steer clear of it. But it made me chuckle. I was shocked and I chuckled at it. It's fine.
I want to know what one
No, don't, because it's political and you cannot even remotely talk about anything remotely political. It just made me laugh. That's all. But there you go.
Okay. All right. Well, Gonzo, thank you very much.
Thank you. Enjoy the game, everyone. I hope I'm wrong.
Right, that's him gone. Just me and you guys now. Right, let me get rid of that. Let me get all set up for the next half hour. Let me put my ear in. I'm going to turn to the live chat, and we're going to have a natter between ourselves for the next half hour ahead of the game. Waiting for it to load up. There we go. Turn on, I guess. There we go. Right, that's it. I can hear now. How you all doing in the live chat? Let's see what you're all saying. Ronaldo is saying Arsenal need to win because Man City will win their remaining games. John is saying, I think the next win will be Newcastle. I've accepted relegation, so nothing to lose. Hopefully Sullivan will finally piss off. Nick saying, I don't mind the deep setup. We played well against City. This was hopefully we can perform the same. And West Country Hammer saying, Pep has said it. Come on, you Irons. Vicky saying, I hope I'm wrong, but today the whole country could feel the disappointment of being a West Ham fan. You stole that from someone. I seen someone say that on Twitter earlier. Haddison said that on Twitter earlier. You've pinched it from him. But I don't blame you. It was a good tweet. Mantis was confident until they seen the team. Dave saying, have I seen the community response to Grace's nursery? Yeah, it's genuinely been unbelievable. So on Friday, I did put the video up on Friday, about 1 o'clock maybe. And Lauren finishes early on a Friday. She went and collected Grace at like 4 o'clock. And I think it was on like 300 quid. Now their target was £200. So it was on like £345, I think, when Lauren picked Grace up. So when she went in, obviously, they knew like they'd hit the target, and they knew it was because of this. We asked permission if I could mention it in a video. I assumed it would be okay. I just wanted to check I was allowed to promote it in a video. So they said, yeah, that's okay. So I promoted it in a video, put the link up. It was up at £345 on Friday afternoon. Lauren went to pick Grace up. And she said, like, the nursery staff were buzzing. Like, the manager from the nursery came down just to say thank you because she was really happy. Anyway, I had a look today, and it's on over £1,000. £1,030 when I looked earlier, which is just unbelievable. So the money goes to the National Deaf Society for kids. So it's to help children who are deaf and or have hearing loss, which is just, as someone who... as a child, I never accepted any help having hearing aids. I used to hate it because it made me feel different. But as a dad now, Ella's nearly 16 and she's had a one-on-one with I don't know what her official job title would be, but it's someone that goes into her school once a week for an hour, just check she's doing okay with her hearing aids and stuff, blah, 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 blah. And it's helped Ella a lot. And so the help that you get from as a dad, the support you can receive is incredible. And I don't like promoting charity stuff on this channel. I rarely do it because I think if you promote one, you've got to promote them all. Otherwise, you're a bit charityist. If you start promoting that cause but not that cause, it looks like you prioritize that over that. But because it was for the deaf, and it's obviously something that's really, really personal to me, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to promote it. And also because I'd seen that the link had been up for a week, all the parents had it, and not one parent had donated. So I thought, right, I'll put in my channel and promote it. So a massive, massive thank you to anyone that did donate. It was very, very kind of you. Loads of West Ham fans, obviously, but even some Nottingham Forest and Leeds United fans as well. So you're a special community, you lot. And Grouch saying, I couldn't care less about the rest of the country. Screw Spurs, screw Man City, screw everyone else. Just go and fight. If we gave Arsenal a bloody nose and we still lose, so be it. I'll be okay with that. Stu wants to see Mav Panos, Tadibo and Disasi confuse the hell out of Arsenal, but steaming into their box one at a time with Souček as well. Overload their box and fight them. Mantis saying, any possible way I'll take a 1-0 off a win. What about Juf against Saka? Much rather I'm Saka. One of the subscribers, and we said the same thing in the match preview, Mantis, but one of the subscribers said that, and he's correct, I believe, that when England played Senegal, just before we signed you, if he was up against Saka and he managed really well against him. Now, I can't say whether I agree or not. I didn't watch that game in particular, but that was the game that West Ham went to scout Diarra and Diouf and came away thinking, yeah, we're going to sign Diouf. So he has played against Saka and succeeded before. However, personally, I take friendlies with a pinch of salt, but the comment from the subscriber was fair. Michael saying we'll set him up for a good week at work if we win. I agree, and likewise, myself as well. Gaines is saying, hope the same crowd turn up as they did against Everton. It's like we had a new stadium. I think they will. I think the fans will be there from the start. I think they'll be ready. The fans will be ready. Mark saying, failure to put Ariola back in goal will be costly. Who remembers defending corners from earlier in the season with Hermansen? I think everyone does, Mark. Trucking saying, last game Upton Park, we won on my birthday. 1980 FA Cup final, we won on my birthday. Let's make this the third important win on my birthday. Well, Trucking, first of all, happy birthday. Hope you have a fantastic day, and hopefully, we can give you an extra present. Shep saying, I see the auto offside computer playing up for Villa's first goal. Watkins was behind the ball, but the line was from the last defender. Oh, for God's... People know my thoughts on the semi-automated thing. Shane says, give a shout out to Cannington Len. I bought 3 canvases from him and they are amazing. Take a look, guys. Scarves is saying, if we lose because of Hermansen, Nuno needs to go ASAP. Pepper saying we're going to win 3-1. Everyone will love us for beating Arsenal and Spurs going down. Fingers crossed. Nick, I seen your comment earlier actually, Nick. I liked it. Maybe I'll read it out for you. Right, who's this Spurs fan? Let me get rid of that Spurs fan. Where's Dean? Dean, you're meant to be here. You're slacking. Where is he? Let me get him out. There's absolutely no way I or anyone else in this chat is putting up with a Spurs fan trolling us. I don't mind Spurs fans being in the chat as long as they're respectful. They're not purposely trolling. It's a very strange thing to do. It's very strange. Get a hobby. Just do something. Right. Let me find Nick's comment from earlier. I'm going to read it out. It made me smile. I don't have the backing music, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd play the backing music. And as I read it out. But Nick left a comment. And he went very Braveheart with it. And I'm going to find it. Why is it not coming up? Come on. Sorry, everyone. Just give me 1 second. I literally read it before it came on, so it's not that far down the list. Nick, you might have to put it in the chat again. Hopefully I'll find it. I'll give it another minute. Nick. I appreciate this is a crap watch along, but I was trying to... Here we go. I've got it from Nick. I've got it here. Right, here we go. This is from Nick. He's done a bit of a Braveheart West Ham. Let's rock and roll. Aye. Attack today, and we may lose. Defend, and you may survive. At least a while. Dying in your beds many years from now. Would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell fucking Tottenham Hotspur that they may take our Premier League lives, but they'll never take our West Ham United spirit and freedom? There you go. That was from Nick. Nick wrote that. I just got into character. Sorry for shouting, everyone. Anyway. Welcome to Hammer's Chat. We lose the plot in a relegation battle. James is touring once Spurs down, but no, if you win and Spurs beat us tomorrow, us a Leeds fan, we're right back in it. You're not right back in it. James, you're fine. Let us win and you win, right? Ian saying after the last World Cup when they trialled the auto offside, I thought, wow. But so typical the PGMOL to go for the inferior system. The mad thing is that the PGMOL actually has more cameras. So I think you're going to have to Google the numbers. I think, like in the Champions League, I think the cameras pick up like 15 spots on a body. And I think the Premier League picks up more. So it should actually be more accurate. but don't know. Pretty sure. Anyway. There you go. Todd said, excellent. Yeah, it's Nick's, not mine. It's Nick's. Doug said that I made his daughter cry. Sorry. Someone else's dog's going wild. Anyway. There you go. Again, to say, when Arsenal have had the opportunity to move further away from Man City on points, that's when they slip up, and I hope they do today. I'm feeling good about this one. There is a little bit of that, isn't there? There's a bit more. They've had a little wobble. My worry is that they've got over their wobble. I think that's my concern, that they've had it. And because I thought against Fulham they looked powerful, and against Atletico Madrid, albeit in a different competition, I thought they were really good. We'll see what we've got. Just over 15 minutes until kickoff. Ted Lasso said it, I believe. The new series is coming back, innit? Of Ted Lasso, like in August. Just give me 1 second. Let me just. There we go. Right. Contact Light saying, I've got a weird feeling about this. I think we're going to get a cheeky win. Well, listen, it could be the most shithouse win ever. I don't care. We could win 1-0. And the ball just hits Gabriel in the arse and goes in, and that's it. We don't have any other shot. I will not care. I will be absolutely buzzing. Turnip saying 1-0 West Ham, Rice red card. I'm pretty sure that Arsenal have not had a red card this season. They had like 6 last season. But I don't think they've had a red card this season. I could be wrong. Usually am. Todd saying, perform a miracle like when Carlin takes out Top Boy after shoveling coal. Our friend now, but come on lads, let's do it. 1-0. Iron Disciple saying 1-0 West Ham in the 13th minute, Somerville. I mean, listen, as much as I'd like that, Iron, that would mean 80 plus minutes of just defending. That would mean 80 plus minutes of parking the bus and stress. His one's the same, 1-0 down in 5 minutes, unfortunately, I think. Jack Mate is saying, if we win, shall we all meet up and have 20 pints each? I'm game. I don't know if I'd make 20, I'm not going to lie. Henry saying, really hope you win and we win tomorrow. As a Leeds fan, prefer you guys to Spurs. I think because you aren't part of the Big Six, and also recall watching that team with Cole, etc. from around 2000. Paul has that feeling we're going to win 1-0. There's some optimism in the chat creeping in here. You lot need to just calm it down or you're going to get me excited. Mark is saying how Gabriel hasn't had a red card as criminal. He's a raging cheat, isn't he? Gabriel is. Like, as a defender, he's top class, but his behaviourisms, he's just a cheat. You go near him, he throws himself to the ground. He gets away with murder, that guy does, honestly. I don't know why he gets away with it, but he gets away with plenty. Graham saying maybe this is the game that Somerville draws a red card. Ruben saying this is how we normally do it, score early and frustrate them. Jack Mate saying that Bowen makes it 1-0, Gabriel makes it 1-0, and then Mav Panos makes it 2-1 in the 87th minute. That would be incredible. Jilly saying, afternoon from the London Stadium. I hope Grace is wearing her Lucky Hammers kit. I'm not going to lie, she's not. We took her to the park, and because she's only one, I feel like it's my job, it's my duty as her father to prevent my child at the age of 1 being bullied. And I think her wearing a West Ham kit increases the chances of her being bullied. Also, when we were there was a boy in a Man U kit, and he had a ball and I wanted to 2-foot tackle him. Craig saying, Leeds fan, I want you to lose, so we're definitely safe, but I want you to win because I want Spurs to go down. I can see a draw, keeps it interesting. We will beat Spurs tomorrow. Well, listen, if you're going to beat Spurs tomorrow, then you can want us to win today, right? Thank you. Name, how would you feel about a draw? I'm okay with a draw if Spurs don't win tomorrow. If Spurs draw tomorrow, if we both draw, I'm okay with that. And it's all on us. We'd have to go win our next two and hope that's enough to stay up. And I think it would be. I think if this time Tuesday, we've got the same points on the board, us and Spurs, as we do now. We're 1 point behind Spurs going into that Newcastle game. I think if we won both games, I think we'd stay up. That would mean obviously Spurs could draw one and win one and still go down. So I'd be all right with that. I'd be okay with that. Would anyone else be okay with that in the live chat? Would you be okay? Would you be happy if Tuesday morning we are still 1 point behind Spurs? Alan saying, would you accept a defeat if Spurs also lose? I wouldn't say I accept it. I'll never accept a defeat. But if we lose and then Spurs lose, then I'd be okay. But it's not because we lost. I still wouldn't accept the defeat, if that makes sense. I would think, great, we're in a good, well, I said good, we're in an okay position. We've got a chance here. So that's what I would, I'd be thinking. Dials has said yes. Rupert has said yes. Kano saying, yeah, I think we might win our last two. Exeter would be okay with that as well. Kurt would be okay with it. Iron Disciple would be okay with it. Martin saying that's our only hope. Scarves is saying happy is a stretch. Robin saying we get 2 more points from 3 games. Yeah. Bob saying, I take it going into the last game. I'm similar to Bob. If you said to me, last game you're a point behind, so if you win and Spurs don't win, you stay up, I'd take that as well. I would take that as well, Bob. Alan saying, he gets what I mean. Put it this way, I'd be content if we came out the weekend 1 point behind them. However, it happens. Steve saying, I wouldn't be happy as we still need to get 2 more points in Spurs in the last 2 games, but it could be worse. Ruben saying, absolutely. Yes, I think Leeds is the only game they win for the rest of the season. It might be an unpopular opinion. I think Chelsea's the only one they win for the remainder of the season. I don't like the Leeds team news, though, with Okafor out, Goodmanson out, and Strikes out as well. I don't like that. Justin, where is Disco Sperm? I find its presence comforting. I think she's kicking around here somewhere. She must be on the bottom shelf. Yeah, she's on the bottom shelf with the cubes. She's still here. Hang on a minute. She's still here. She's still alive. She's just been cast aside. Pierre saying, as it stands, 2 points from now could keep us up, but 3 wins could also see us relegated. I mean, very technically true. Like he's not wrong. It was like that mad. Oh, who was York up against in the National League? York, was it Rochdale? York and who? Someone tell me. And going into the last 2 games, I think it was York. If York won 1 and lost 1, they could not get promoted. But if they won 1 and drew 1, they definitely got promoted or something like that. It was a very weird statistic. No, it was if they pick up 4 points, they might not get promoted. But if they pick up 3, they could get promoted because had they beaten. That was it. It was York and Rochdale. I can't remember what the thing was now. Can you just remember what it was? It was something strange. But basically, if they got lesser points, they were guaranteed to get promoted. because of the way the fixtures lay. Graham, thank you very much. Saying, sorry you missed my first super chat, but Palace and Burnley showed that anything is possible. West Ham is playing with desire, Arsenal fear. Oh, here it is. Sorry, Graham. Saying Burnley, Palace did well. West Ham will shock us today. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And also to Sketch. Sorry, I missed all these. Sketch is saying, here's to some May the 10th magic. Come on, you Irons. Well, it's been a good date for us in the past. A good date. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we can have another one today. I think there's quite a bit of optimism in the live chat, which has given me a little bit of hope. We'll wait and see. Anyway, kick off. Just over 5 minutes away at this point. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone watching live. There's just under 2,000 of you watching live. If you're new to Hammers Chat, please do consider subscribing and also dropping a like on the video as well by clicking the thumbs up button, because then when people come onto YouTube, type in West Ham Arsenal, this could be, well, probably won't be because of AFTV, but this could be the number 2 recommended video, thanks to you lot in the live chat. Right, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go for a piss. You knew that was coming. I always need a piddle. I don't require one right now, but just in case during the game I require a piss. So I'm going to love you and leave you for a minute. Don't go anywhere. I will be back, and I will be bringing the commentary from the game, and I'll see you in 1 minute. Right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm getting a bit nervous now, to be honest with you. Nerves are starting to creep in. I've been feeling fine all day, literally been all right. If anything, I've been a bit sad about being okay. I've been wanting to feel. I always think, what do you want out of football? And I always say memories and emotion. That's the two things I want to get out of football. I want games and occasions to remember. And I want emotion to be dragged out of me. I want to be invested. And so when I'm missing it, I get a bit annoyed. I feel like I've been scammed a little bit, right? But nerves are starting to kick in a little bit. I think the optimism, some of your optimism in the live chat's getting me a little bit hopeful to some extent. I think it's maybe because a few weeks ago I was convinced we were not going to lose today, but after the last week or so, and it's that one, watching Arsenal against Fulham, they were really, really powerful, and I was very impressed by the likes of Gyökeres and stuff as well. Oh, please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. That's a nice tatty flag. I know the flags and the tifos and stuff isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I quite like it. Ironworks Alliance, I think they're doing good work, to be fair. I think anyone that's trying to improve the atmosphere at the ground, which they are, big thumbs up as far as I'm concerned, and I quite like it visually. Kickoff a handful of minutes away. Just a reminder, I'm stuck watching it on Sky Go, so I will be a bit behind. If you're watching on TV, I will be a little bit behind. I apologise. Yeah. Look at it. Let me move the canvas. Look at it. It's heavy. Look at it. Beautiful. So I get to pick the pictures. So I had to make sure I got him in there with the trophies and his overhead kick. Beautiful stuff. I've actually got two. I've got another one, which I'm going to flog. Anyway, I'll get up on the wall. I'll get up on the wall eventually. I'm going to get my shelves next, which are going to go here and replace this thing is going to go away. And then I can get my McTominay shirt up. Damon has a crap joke, and I like crap jokes, okay? Damon says, I have a horse called Mayo, and sometimes mayonnaise. I like it. Thomas, it's my favourite Scottish player of all time, past and present, is actually Scott McTominay. Remember, while I've been alive, and I was at primary school when we were at the World Cup in 1998, so I can't relate to any of the players that played for Scotland then. But I can relate to this group of players, and I absolutely love McTominay. So he's my boy. Right then, the players are coming out. Kick-off. A couple of minutes away. Huge game. Huge game for West Ham and a huge game for Arsenal as well. And a huge game for Leeds to some extent. And Spurs, Man City. Come on, boys. Just leave everything. Just leave everything out there on the pitch. They've got 90 minutes. And this is the thing when, like, I'm almost going to be patronising towards our own club here, so apologies, right? But, like, we still speak about that team that kept us up in 2007 as if they're heroes because of what we've seen them do in the second half of the season. Like, I went to the event with Bobby Zamora a couple of weeks ago, and obviously he's maybe a bit different because he's a West Ham fan and stuff. But he scored in the FA Cup, etc., etc. But you remember that team that kept us up. You remember that team that won at the Emirates, that won at Old Trafford, and you consider them as like heroes because of what they gave for the shirt and the badge. And this lot can do the same as well. If we stay up by winning today, this lot fans will remember that. Fans will remember them. Bowen and Souček, they've already got a legacy at this football club. But the others don't. Some of them, if we do go down, Chadibo will be known as the guy that we spent 40 million on and we got relegated with. Chance for them to become relative heroes. Win today. Get 3 points. Stick it on Spurs. And hopefully stay up. Oh, I'm nervous. I am nervous. Ziggy saying, no hit the woodwork or silly pens, and we can win this. Steve saying, keep him out for half an hour, and we will win. Mike saying the crowd sounds up for it. Ionix is saying, we just need to not concede in the first 30 minutes. At start, it was Spurs that got food poisoning. And it was 2000 and... I can't remember the year now. 2000. Someone will tell you in the live chat, but it was Spurs that got it after eating some lasagna. Carl Fletcher with a banger. Bang! Good goal from Fletch. I was at that game as well. I remember being in the Central before the game, and it came up saying that there were like some talk around the game potentially being suspended. I remember it. I remember for some reason I remember the song at full time. I was in the West Stand. My dad had took me. Obviously, I was a kid. I was in the West Stand. I remember after the match, the song that came on was "Celebrate Good Times." Come on, that was what we were singing. That song was on, and I don't know why. That's the song I remember, and it was from 2006. People, you are correct. Right then, the clock is ready to go. Actually, no, it's not. It's not on this. I haven't got it on, have I? And now I do. Right. Come on then. Please, for the love of God. Arsenal will get the game underway. And we're off as Declan Rice hoofs it up into the air. Tadebo's done well eventually. Oh, Bowen was on the move there. Bowen was on the move. If Tatty just tried it, you never know. But anyway, Arsenal have got the ball back. And Ben White travels forward with it down that right-hand side. And West Ham's shape is as expected. The only thing that's maybe a little bit different, it's very early on, but Somerville's quite central. I don't know if it's just a reluctancy to go out and mark at the minute, but we'll see as the game goes on. Tadebo does really good defending up against Calafiore. Brilliant defending, actually. And Souček is fouled. Free kick to West Ham just outside our box as we approach the minute mark at the London Stadium. And Hermansen's taking his time to come and take this free kick. Allows us to push up the pitch. Paul, I'm in a good mood. I'm not biting. I don't know if you're winding me up or you're being genuine. I ain't biting today. I'm in a good mood for some reason. I've had a good morning. Anyway, Mavpanos gives it into Souček to Tadebo. Come on, boys. Into Bowen. We're knocking about nicely here. Wan-Bissaka. Out on the right. Tell you what, this is some nice stuff. It's only a minute in, but it's some nice stuff. Anyway, Disasi goes long, looking for Wan-Bissaka on the opposite side of the pitch. Finds him as well. Good ball. He's right in the corner, Wan-Bissaka here. And he tries to win a throw-in, but unfortunately does not. And it's a throw-in to Arsenal. Which Calafiore will take down in the corner flag on Arsenal's left, West Ham's right, in front of the away fans. There's good play there by Arsenal, unfortunately, as Trossard comes forward. Tadebo chasing him. Cuts it back to Gyökeres, who's just outside the box. Ben White now on the right-hand side. Cuts it back for Rice. Back to White, who crosses it, and it goes out for a goal kick to West Ham. Thomas is trying to watch it, but it's loading a lot. If anyone's looking for the stream, Do not click on the Discord. Do not click on the Discord link in the description below, because sometimes there's naughty people in there and they'll post links to illegal streams, and you know, you wouldn't want to click on one of them, would you? Yeah, I'm just warning you, be careful if you go on Discord. Naughty people. Anyway, Wan-Bissaka will take the throw in for West Ham just inside our own half. It's not a great throw, but Calafiori gets his head on. And now Tadibo and Souček challenge for the same ball. But Bowen's won it back. And he goes all the way back to Hermansen. Goes long. We're pressing high up the pitch. I will say that. You know, Hermansen went long there, and Tate he wasn't going to get it, so he just tried to give Gabriel a nudge, and Gabriel won it. But Bowen and Somerville were high up the pitch as well, trying to get on the second ball. They accepted Gabriel was going to win the first one, so they were doing their best to get on the end of the second one and at least make it difficult for Arsenal, and don't let them get the ball down and start moving it comfortably. But Eze has the ball for Arsenal at the minute, gives it to Lewis Skelly. Out to Ben White. Rice, Saka, good play here by Arsenal. Saka's crossing, Hermansen gets his hands on it. Holds onto it firmly, as there's now 5 minutes gone at the London Stadium. Hermansen goes long, looking for Somerville, but it's overhit and it's out for the throw-in. Somerville not too keen on that ball from Hermansen. Maybe Hermansen could claim he was doing a Luis Enrique tactic. I don't know if this is true, but statistically it seems true. But basically, I've seen a thing during the week, I think it came from L'Equipe Sport, saying that PSG were kicking the ball out on purpose from goal kicks down their left, Bayern Munich's right, so that when Bayern Munich took the throw in, Elise was over there and he was boxed in. And it felt a bit like, surely that's not true, but PSG's keeper, I can't remember his name, starts with the S, he's got a ponytail. He did keep on kicking it out down that side. I thought he was just terrible at goal kicks on the first few occasions, but apparently it was a tactic. Hermansen could claim that, say, yeah, I'm just doing what PSG did. Box and Saka in. Anyway, speaking of Saka, he just moved it to Eze, who tried to turn it around the corner, but it was intercepted by Disasi. Fernandes is on the ball now, and he gives it to Tebow, who's been pressed by Calafiori of all people. So he goes long over the top for Wan-Bissaka, and Gabriel comes across to sweep. And he hooks it away, and it's out for a throw into West Ham, inside the Arsenal half. And it's another throw in for West Ham, for Wan-Bissaka to take. 7 minutes on the clock. West Ham 0, Arsenal 0. Wan-Bissaka gives it to Tati, gets his head on it, but it's going to go out for an Arsenal goal kick. As Somerville passes Saliba, and he just gives it out to Ben White on that right-hand side for Arsenal. Tate's dropped back in to cover for Somerville at present. Gabriel on the ball for Arsenal, gives it back to Saliba, into Lewis Skelly. Very patient Arsenal, and they're going to have to be, because West Ham aren't pressing too much in that area of the pitch. But Lewis Skelly's found Calafiori with a nice ball, and he gives it out to Trossard on the left. And that's a great ball for Calafiori. He's in here, Calafiori, and it's well defended by Mavropanos, and that's a warning for West Ham there. That's a warning. Quite simple stuff. Calafiori just popped out to Trossard. He was on the move, and Todibo had no idea where Calafiori was. He'd gone behind him. Hermansen got out to him, but Mavropanos blocked his shot, and it's out for a corner. Good defending by Mavropanos there, but Todibo switched off completely. Anyway, Declan Rice will take the corner from Arsenal's left-hand side. In swinger, when it comes, goes to that back post. It's Trossard, it's saved. Away by decided Trossard off the post. Djokovic is bouncing around our box here. Calafiori, Eze has a shot deflected wide. Fucking hell. No, I don't like these. I don't like these at all. Trossard with the header. Good save, Hermansen. And then Trossard had another header and it hit the bar. It was well defended by the players in the sense that they're putting their bodies in the line. All the West Ham players were trying to block it. Nah, that's a great save by Hermansen from the initial header. Then he hits the post with the... Another corner to defend here. Over on the opposite side, so Saka will take the corner from Arsenal's right. So it'll be another in-swinger. Todibo marking Gabriel. He's got the big job. We're quite light at that back post with zonal marking here, but then it comes from Saka. It's Gabriel, but it's over the bar. I hate watching us defend corners in general, but watching us defend corners against Arsenal, nah, man. And it kindly reminded me, just before they took that corner, kindly reminded us that Arsenal scored the most from corners, and it's a record. They broke the record this season already, and we've conceded the most from corners this season, which we were all aware of. We just don't like being reminded. As a result of that flurry, Arsenal have now had 6 shots at goal, which I think started with Calafiori and ended with Gabriel. A couple from Trossard in the middle and a couple of other deflected efforts. Gyökeres had one, I think. As Arsenal just playing around at the back at the minute and just trying to lure us into a bit of a press, and it's not totally working. And Lewis Skelly's completely spun our midfield there. Gives it into Gyökeres, out to Trossard. Calafiori on the overlap. Trossard cuts in. Souček and Bowen did well, forcing them backwards. So they're going to come down the right-hand side instead. Now with Ben White. Now Saka's got the ball. Juve right behind him. Rice has gone out to help. Oh, I don't like this. It's 12 minutes in and it feels like I've been watching 20 minutes or something. He's on the ball for Arsenal. Just everyone back defending for West Ham. 1-2 Declan Rice. Calafiori gives it to Gyökeres, gives it back to Calafiori. And that's just over the bar. Another effort for Arsenal. Another effort from their left back. We're not picking up at all. He's just stood there. Calafiori does a quick 1-2. It's not that far. I'm not keen on this. Anyway, Arsenal got a throw in just inside their own half, over on the left-hand side with Calafiori. He goes backwards. Ugh. Gabriel on the ball for Arsenal now, gives it to Calafiori. Wan-Bissaka pressing him high up the pitch. Calafiori forced to play it down that line, but it goes out for a throw into West Ham, round about the halfway line. Tadebo's just throwing the ball off Arteta. Then apologised. Apology my arse. He knew exactly what he was doing. The only negative about it was it hit him on the leg and not the back of the head or something. Arteta turned around and he looked like he ready to square up to him initially, but Tadebo was very apologetic. Anyway, Souček tackles Saka. Juve gets the loose ball and goes back to Disasi with it. Tadebo's just encouraging his teammates to stay up the pitch as they go back to Hermansen. He's got no options, so he's going to have to go long here, and he does, looking for Wan-Bissaka, who wins it, gives it to Bowen, and he plays it looking for Wan-Bissaka there. Calafiori's favourite to get there, goes back to Raya. Oh, Tadebo got on the end of his clearance, and that is piss. That's a very, very weak foul. Gyökeres, Mavropanos gave him a nudge. I'm not going to pretend there was no contact. Of course there was, but that's. I don't know if that's a free kick for me. Felt a bit soft. What do you reckon, chap? Am I being a bit biased? But I don't think that's a free kick. Anyway, Arsenal have now got a free kick just inside the West Ham half. Lewis Skelly over it. Craig thinks it's soft. Lee also saying, how's it a free kick? So I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought it was a bit soft. He goes short to Eze. Tati's going to have to watch Lewis Skelly here because he's just in the middle of the park at the minute. Rice powering forward for Arsenal. Gives it to White, back to Saka, who's got a bit of space here. He's cutting in. Eze now. He goes for goal, blocked by Jared Bowen. Trossard will pick up the loose ball. It's not a great start by West Ham. Eze now has it for Arsenal. The game's got a slow tempo, I will say that, but I think it's because we are letting it be like that. Arsenal are being patient at the minute. Gabriel with it for Arsenal as Bowen and Tati trying to just force it back, and they do go all the way back to Raya. This is where you've just got to go man-to-man pressing them and force Raya along like he's just done it. And Mavropanos wins it, but he gives it to Trossard. And Mavropanos blocks his pass. And Wan-Bissaka's done. Well, he's not kept that in, so it's an Arsenal throw, unfortunately. I thought he'd kept it in, but he hasn't. Got a clear tactic here of trying to get the ball high and wide out to Wan-Bissaka whenever we've got the ball. We are trying to just ping it out there, but it's not really working. Declan Rice will take the long throw for Arsenal. Over on the left-hand side for Arsenal. Halfway between the corner flag and the 18-yard box. He actually goes backwards to Lewis Skelly, and back, he gives it back to Rice and back to Lewis Skelly. It's good play by those two. Fernandes challenges him and does really well. That is great defending there by Fernandes. Gets himself between Lewis Skelly and the ball and just sees it out for a goal kick. Strong defending by Fernandes. 18 minutes gone, 0-0. As Mavropanos plays it to... Mavropanos receives it from Manson. Mavropanos got his hands out. You can see him saying to his team, he's looking up. He's got his hands out saying, Like, where's the options? What can I do? And he's just had to go long to Tati. And Gabriel's going to win it all day, every day in Maid against Tati. As Raya now goes long for Disasi to head down towards Souček, but he doesn't reach his teammate, and Declan Rice picks up the ball, and Arsenal have possession once more. Fernandes with a great tackle on Saka, who brings Somerville down, but the referee didn't give anything. But we continues. Hermansen rolls out to Todibo, who's under pressure by Trossard. He's going to be careful here, Todibo. And he plays it off of Trossard for a throw-in. "19 minutes gone, still 0-0. Not much to speak about in regards to West Ham currently. It's been one-way traffic. Tati's just had a shot from the halfway line. I think the whistle had gone. Or something. A throw into West Ham. Wan-Bissaka shall take the throw, goes down that right-hand side, straight to Calafiori, but his loose ball goes to Souček, who tries to switch it and goes to Ben White. But I've had tennis now. Disasi involved. And Disasi's put a challenge in on Saka, and it goes out for a throw-in to Arsenal. Showing us Sir Trevor Brooking, the man with a goal 46 years ago. As Ben White takes a throw, finds Eze, gets out to Calafiori. He's got plenty of space to move into here. Out to Trossard, one-on-one with Wan-Bissaka. He's trying to take on the right wing back, and Wan-Bissaka has fouled him. "21 minutes gone. I'll be honest with you, I am clock watching. I don't know if anyone else is, but I am finding it difficult to not just keep looking at that clock, wishing for the time to disappear. Anyway, Arsenal got a free kick. Declan Rice will take it on their left-hand side. White at the back post, Calafiori, Gabriel, Sliver, Jokeres all in the middle as well. And it comes from Declan Rice. Oh my God, it's Calafiori, it's blocked. It's blocked again. It's cleared away by Tati. And Arsenal have come close to scoring once more. I think it's Mavropanos possibly that saved it on the line. It came in from Declan Rice. Calafiori got his flick on it. Mavropanos prevents it from going in. And then Juve came sliding in and kicked off Hermansen. Yeah, Calafiori unlucky to not score, but fantastic defending once more by Mavropanos. He's been in unbelievable form recently. He's been busy so far this game, but it had beaten Hermansen, and Mavropanos was there just to prevent it from going over the line. Rice sends in another cross. Disasi heads it away. Fernandes flicks it on further, but Eze brings it down back to Lewis Skelly, who's under pressure from Fernandes, and Rice under pressure from Somerville. Somerville tackles him. Rice is under severe pressure. Fernandes goes in on him as well. Somerville does. Well, this is better, West Ham. Go on, Somerville to Tati. Bowen's on the left. Somerville's there. Looks for Somerville. And, of course, Trossard goes down. And Arsenal are not happy. A couple of good tackles going in there by West Ham. That's much, much better from us. Somerville battling with Declan Rice. And then as soon as those around Somerville could sense that Arsenal were under pressure, they all went. We went as a team there, like a pack of wolves. Fernandes flew in and Somerville went in on Ben White and won the ball. And that allowed Somerville to give it to Tati, out to Bowen. Nothing wrong with that at all. Bowen tried to find Somerville, who then clipped Trossard and went down and got a free kick. But That was better. Better from West Ham. Anyway, Ben White's down. Required in some form of treatment. I think his fake tan smudged or something. Arteta using this opportunity to have a word with Trossard and Calafiori. Ben White is still down. He's not looking too comfy here. Anyway, how are all feeling in the chat? I just want to say thanks to all Boxed Up. I see your super chat Boxed Up. It's very much appreciated. He's saying he's a Leeds fan. He's saying best of luck, and also to the chat. Thank you very much. Thanks to the support in the live chat. There's no adverts during the watch along. Hopefully you've seen an advert when you join the watch along. Otherwise my takings for the day will be down. But once you're in, you're in. No adverts. Let me just log out and in, and I can click on some comments while we've got a little bit of downtime. Paul saying, not great. This is painful to watch. Richard feels good. We're going to nick it 1-0. Irons is feeling good. Ben is feeling very nervous. Mike is saying we're still in it. Ben White is now off the pitch, having a word with the physio. Thomas is saying, so far, so good. Jet saying, I'm surprised you're streaming after yesterday's post claiming no weekend. No, Jet, no. I said there won't be a stream on Monday night, and there won't be. So I was going to, initially I planned to do a watch along for the Spurs-Leeds game tomorrow night. But I can't do the video tomorrow night now because I've got to go up to Glasgow. This has been arranged for ages. You know when you just don't think of the dates and stuff. So I've got to go up to Glasgow on Monday night because on Tuesday my eldest has got a pre-surgery doctor's appointment and it's 3 hours long. So I've got to go up to Glasgow so I can go to the doctors with Ella. She's 15, so she's possibly going to have surgery. So we've got to go and just meet the doctors and whatever. So that's why I'm unavailable tomorrow night. Anyway, right. Back to the action. Jared Bowen had just put a cross in there and he was looking for a Juve and he took a deflection and went through to Raya. But good play by West Ham as Juve beats Saka in there to that header. And Somerville's pressing Declan Rice, who's covering at right back currently. Which allows Arsenal to do their change, which is going to be an interesting one. So Zubimendi is coming on for Ben White. So it'll be interesting to see who goes right back. It looks like it could be Declan Rice. Which would be weird if Declan Rice is playing right back. But it looks like that way currently. Disasi wrestling with Jokeres. Jokeres goes down. The referee doesn't give it to him this time and just clears it down the left wing. Tati does really well to keep it in, but Saliba picks up the ball and goes back to Ryan. Tati's still chasing it, bless him. Puts the Arsenal keeper under pressure. Has to clear it first time with his left foot. And it's out for a throw into West Ham. Good play there by Tati. Anyway, Wan-Bissaka with the throw again. I don't think he's found a teammate with any throw-in yet. And Declan Rice is playing right back. I'm looking at Arsenal now with the ball, and Rice is there. Saliba gives it into Calafiori, who's coming forward for Arsenal now. Souček having to come out and try and press him as Bowen's caught high up the pitch again. Everyone back defending for West Ham now as Arsenal have it on the halfway line. Nearly 29 minutes gone at London Stadium, still 0-0. The Hammers yet to have a shot. Arsenal have had plenty, but yet to break the deadlock as Lewis Skelly comes forward, gives it into Gyökeres. Good defending again by Mavropanos. But the Arsenal striker gets a second chance and finds Zubimendi with his pass on this occasion, who's travelling with it into the centre of the pitch before going back to Saliba and out to Declan Rice in his new right-back role. That's a good ball by him into Eze. Souček hits him from behind. The referee says no foul, although Arsenal's looking for one. And Souček hooks it away. Summerville flicks it on to Diouf, and he's done Rice here. Diouf's away behind Declan Rice. Wan-Bissaka's in loads of space. Diouf tries to cross it early. Just a bit overhit. Just a bit overhit. Everyone's looking pissed off. Great flick by Summerville. Diouf got his head up. He could see Wan-Bissaka. He got too much on it. So Tate and Bowen were pissed off with Diouf. Diouf's pissed off with Wan-Bissaka. That was an opportunity for West Ham to break there, but they did not take advantage of it. Great play by Summerville. Lovely flick to release Diouf. I'll tell you what, Rice was absolutely done with pace by Diouf, and Summerville left him yards behind as Rice goes long looking for Gyökeres, and Hermansen comes to the edge of his box and collects it. No header from him this week, and he releases it quickly out to Diouf on the far side. Disasi on the ball currently for West Ham, and he goes long over the top of Saka, looking for Diouf. Great ball, great play. That's better from West Ham. Good run by Diouf. He's done really well to hold it up, and he just gave it back to Summerville. Fantastic. Fernandes switches play really quickly to Wan-Bissaka. Fucking hell. Great ball by Fernandes to Wan-Bissaka. Decides to volley it with the inside of his foot. And he's completely shanked it, and he just bobbled out for the goal kick. Anyway, Arsenal take their goal kick. Raya goes long to Gyökeres. Mavropanos gets there, and it's a throw into Arsenal. Gyökeres not happy with the referee because he hit the deck and went a free kick. The referee saying it was a coming together. Doesn't count. Continue. As Saliba gives it to Lewis Skelly. Back to Saliba. I can smell what's for tea. Grace and Lauren are having tea. Right, no score trolling in the chat. Let's get you out of here. Score troll, away you go. Gabriel, back to Lewis Skelly. Arsenal venture over the halfway line where every West Ham player is waiting for them. Zubimendi and Tate clatters into the back of him, and it's a free kick. And it's a booking. That's Tatty, booked. Isaac, the girls are having meatballs and pasta. I don't know what I'm going to have next. I'll just sort myself out later. I get there. What time will you be finished? And I say, oh, maybe like 7, 7:30, between 7 and 7:30. And then I get okay, well, we'll have our tea and you can sort, yeah, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. She likes Grace being in a routine. To be fair, Grace goes to bed at 7 o'clock, so they couldn't wait for me. Anyway, Arsenal got a free kick in a very dangerous position here. It's a really nice position. If you were a free kick taker and you could put the ball down anywhere to take a free kick, this would be not far off. As in Rice over the ball. It's good. It's close enough to shoot, but not too close that it's going to be difficult to get up and over the ball. I actually think it's going to be easy enough to get it up and over the wall. Oh, fucking hell. I don't like this. Hermansen, please. If this hits the target, please fucking save it. I don't like this shit. Rice has stepped away. Doesn't fancy it. He's going to take it. It's Eze. Off the wall. Just kick it. There we go. Tatty's cleared it. Right, okay. Lewis Skelly will go and receive the ball for Arsenal and come back at West Ham. Calafiori now, he's forced backwards by Wan-Bissaka, and that's a bit of a... I don't think the referee... he might have played advantage. It looked a bit late by Wan-Bissaka and Calafiori there. I don't think he's having the best game in the world, Wan-Bissaka. As Souček brings it down, back to Todibo. Wan-Bissaka's on the move. But Todibo opts for Mavropanos, who pops out to Juve. Lovely first touch to Somerville, who's spun Lewis Skelly. Go on. It's Somerville running at the Arsenal defence here. It's Somerville! Oh. Difficult chance for him. He ran at the Arsenal defence and he maybe just ran out of pitch. By the time he went to take the effort on, the ball was sort of under his feet a little bit. And I think Saliba does really well, actually. I think Saliba, because of Saliba's position, I think it's very difficult for Somerville to hit the target from there. Unlucky, good play though, the way he spun Lewis Skelly and run. That's what we need. As Gyökeres does well to flick it on, but Fernandes heads it back to Hermansen. It's funny that, because Gyökeres can actually win a physical duel because he's been chucking himself to the floor up until now. Bloody hell, Hermansen. I mean, it's fine, but it's... Don't have to give me a heart attack somewhere. The way he's just passed Gyökeres to Mavropanos. Like, everyone could read what he was going to do, except Gyökeres, luckily. Anyway, Fernandes has got the second ball. Somerville, Bowen's on the move. He's got it from Somerville. Gives it back to Somerville. Go on. He just can't quite get there, and he's going to get a booking for his troubles, Somerville. Do you know something? I don't mind that. I don't mind that booking from Somerville because it looked like a 50-50. Somerville and Gabriel. And Gabriel gets there first, but only just. Had Somerville got there, Gabriel's getting the yellow card. He's taking a gamble, Somerville. It didn't work. He's in the book. Just got to behave, but... Seemed a bit soft, that yellow card. Anyway, we continue. 38 minutes gone now. There will be quite a few minutes of stoppage time due to the injury to Ben White. But we're not too far off half-time, and it's still 0-0. As Trossard comes down the left-hand side here, he looks for the runner Gyökeres, but Mavropanos has once again done really well, and he's tried to skin Gyökeres. He's in unbelievable form at the minute, Mavropanos. Arsenal have it back, though. Gabriel on the ball. Zubimendi now for Arsenal, just in the centre circle. Out to Declan Rice, who's still playing at right back for Arsenal after this substitution. Eze looks for Saka. And Juve's done really well there, actually. Goal kick to West Ham. Barely seen Saka today. Barely seen him. Fat Broccoli saying we've been a better team for the last 10 minutes. I have to agree with that, actually. I think we've, since Ben White got injured, I feel like we've calmed down. I think we're moving the ball a bit better. We're being a little bit braver. We're higher up the pitch. Just got to capitalise on this. We've had some nice touches from Juve and Somerville down that left-hand side. Not really had anything happen down our right yet. A bit of head tennis going on here as Gabriel hooks it away. Todibo gets his head on it. Calafiori gets his head on it. Gyökeres brings it down, looks for Eze. Saka now glazed off Gyökeres. Disasi goes in on him. The referee not interested. The referee saying he won the ball. Gyökeres not happy with that tackle. And that's, do you know what? That's exactly the type of tackles I wanted to see today. Let's have a watch of the replay. I thought it was a foul, I'm not going to lie. But he does win the ball, actually. Gyökeres does get there first, but Disasi does get the ball there. And that's exactly what we needed to do today. Gyökeres is not enjoying it out there. Mavropanos, Disasi and Todibo, they're all sticking it on him. Anyway, Somerville on the ball at the minute. And Saliba puts a tackle in. Throw into West Ham just over the halfway line inside the Arsenal half on our left-hand side, which Juve will take. Come on, boys. Just need to try and create a big chance. One big chance. Bowen, lovely flick to Tati. Not a great play by Tati, though his layoff was poor. And Somerville, that looked a little bit silly. I thought he clipped Lewis Skelly there, but the referee said no. Todibo gives it to Wan-Bissaka and continues his run, actually. Wan-Bissaka cuts in. Fernandez has players in the box here. Todibo has it now. Goes past Trossard. He crosses it. Gabriel away. Todibo will surely beat Trossard to the ball. And he does well there, Todibo. Just uses his strength just to see it out for a throw-in. But he is limping. We've got a throw-in down our right-hand side. Arsenal, do you know something? I'm going to say this. Let me know what you think in the chat. I think Arsenal are rattled. What do you reckon? I think they're starting to look rattled. Who's this guy? Well, go away, you weird troll. Away you go. Right. But I genuinely think Arsenal are looking a little bit rattled here. The players are starting to get a little bit more animated. I think they're starting to get a little bit frustrated. I think they're diving a little bit more. I mean, Souček's done really well. He's gone in there on Lewis Skelly. And again, all the Arsenal fans are just appealing for free kicks. Go on, Souček. Yes! He's given the free kick for that. We're Nuno unhappy. But this is what we need to see. This is what we need to see. I have to say, right, I think the referees, I know everyone's criticising the referee. I think he's let a lot go. I think other referees would have been a lot weaker today. That one Disasi done on Gyökeres, the first one by Souček, I think other referees blow up for that. I like it. You know, Souček got up and had a go at Lewis Skelly. I like stuff like that. We are up for this. We're taking it to them, and I don't think they're enjoying this. Arsenal are not enjoying this. This is what I want to see from us. If we are going to go down fighting. Lewis saying we need to make it a dirty game. I agree. And a lot of you are agreeing that Arsenal look a bit rattled. I think so as well. Just got to be careful, though. Just got to be careful. Tachi and Somerville have got to behave. And anyway, Trossard up against Wan-Bissaka. Puts the cross in. Hermansen gathers it. Well done. Let's go. We're approaching the end of the half. We've only got a minute of normal time to go. And then we've got stoppage time, which I'd imagine there's going to be like 5-6 minutes added on for that Ben White injury. Saka gets the ball eventually. Up against Juve. Fernandes over there to help him as Declan Rice makes a run. Saka cuts in, lays it off, but Wan-Bissaka does well. And Somerville will chase this. And Raya, I mean, look at that. We cleared it there. And there's 3 West Ham players running forward. Wan-Bissaka's done well against Calafiori. Go, go, go. Go, West Ham. Gives it to Bowen. Give it back to him. Go on. Wan-Bissaka coming forward. Somerville and Tati in the box. Wan-Bissaka crosses it. It's Tati! Oh! Saved by Raya. Corner to West Ham. Much better. That's much, much better. Come on. We've really grown into the game, I think. Since Ben White's gone off, we've been a much better team. We're just not creating huge opportunities. But that ball in by Wan-Bissaka, it's a difficult header for Tati. But it's a fantastic header. A diving header, 12 yards out. Raya puts it round the post, but well done, Tati. Great effort. Come on, West Ham. We've got a corner. We need our big Greek. There's only 3 minutes of stoppage. 3! I felt like Ben White was down longer than that, but never mind. Come on. I almost don't want a half-time now. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. There's some words going on in the 6-yard box here. Disasi and Lewis Skelly. Calafiori making a bit of a joke about it, but Souček's there as well. Come on. Where's Mavropanos? Somerville will take the corner. And it goes. Gabriel has away. Fernandes with a shot. Hits Saka. Disasi's Tadibo. Oh, but Raya gets on the end of it. A little bit of a scramble. I don't mind that. I don't mind a bit of ugly. Throw into Arsenal just inside their half. Paco is going. I think it's Paco. No, it's not. My bad. It's not Paco. As Gabriel goes back to Raya. Come on, West Ham. Almost don't want half time, but at the same time, I think even if we do go in at half time, I think the crowd will react positively. I think there'll be a cheer, an applause, and the players will go in feeling, yeah, we can have a bit of this. Fernandes, great tackle, and Zubimendi, Bowen, Lewis Skelly brings Tati down. The referee's giving a free kick. Come on, boys, we've got them. We've got them. Oh, come on. I'm getting excited here. I fucking hate this shit. They drag you in, don't they? When you think you're out, they just drag you back in somehow, West Ham. We've had a really good end to this half. A really good end. Last opportunity of the half. We got a free kick just inside Arsenal's half. We've got to send this long. We've got to send this long. Fernandes is over it. Souček's making an interesting run here. He's pulled well away from the cluster of players. Calafiori's aware of him, but Tadibo's over there with Calafiori. Gabriel sort of looking over his shoulder at Souček here. Come on, we've got a plan. Fernandes arrows it towards Souček, but Gabriel gets his head on it, throw in, and that is the half-time whistle. Half time, West Ham United 0, Arsenal 0. What we're all saying. I'm going to turn to the chat now. We're going to have a little yap between us. What we all saying? Jamie saying we better not park the bus now. We've got to start the second half how we finished it. We've got to. I'm really pleased with how we've just finished that half. Actually, the first, I don't know, 20 minutes. I thought we were very passive. I thought we were letting Arsenal have the ball. I think they were quite comfortable. I think we had a bit of an obvious. I think what we were trying to do in the first half of the first half was I feel like we were just trying to keep releasing Wan-Bissaka. Every time we got the ball, it felt like we were going high and wide down our right, and it wasn't working. We weren't getting it to Wan-Bissaka, and when we were, there was nothing coming of it. And I feel like what led to Ben White's injury was our first real attack down the left. And since then, White's gone off, Rice has gone right back, and I feel like our left-hand side has been flourishing. I think Juve has had a couple of nice touches and runs down there. I think Somerville's had a nice couple of runs down there as well. And we've wasted a couple of half-decent chances to create something. That Juve switch ball for Wan-Bissaka. Then when Wan-Bissaka received it from Fernandes and he put it out for a goal kick. But I do like... I'm enjoying the effort. I'm enjoying the effort from the players. I'm enjoying the aggression from the players. We're getting stuck right in. That one, Disasi on Jokeres, Mav Panos on a couple of occasions, Souček and Lewis Skelly. We are up for it. We're battling for everything out there. And that's all I can ask. I just want to see fight. I just want to see fight. If we are going to go down, leave everything out of the pitch between now and the full-time whistle against Leeds. Leave everything on the pitch. So at least these players can say, do you know what? Second half of the season, we'd done everything and we gave everything. The first half of the season is why we got relegated. How am I feeling after the first half? Annoyed, but it's for a good reason. I'm annoyed because I'm starting to believe we're going to win. I've got hope. I've got a bit of belief that we can win this game. And hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. But I don't know. I feel like it sets you up for... If Arsenal scored after 5 minutes, there'd be an element of, oh, here we go. But if we play like that for the next 15, 20 minutes, then we concede a goal. It's gonna hurt more. But I think I'm proud of them, actually. I'm proud of how they played in that first half. We've really stuck it on Arsenal. And what I will say is, they are rattled. Arsenal are rattled. You've seen it in that last 10 minutes. They're diving, they're whinging. Trossard, someone needs to smack him, but not anyone on the pitch. Paco can smack him. I'm pleased with what I've seen. We've just got to be careful. Tati, Somerville, they need to be careful. Right, I'm going to turn to the chat for the next 10 minutes. Get your comments in. Let's get them up on the screen. I just want to say a massive thank you to all the support in the live chat. There's no adverts during this watch along. Thanks to the support. Hopefully there was an advert when you first arrived, but there's none during the stream. Thanks to the support in the live chat. 2,750 of you watching live right now is incredible. Thank you. Please do consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video. And Dad's Army says, come on, Gio, we can win. Sigma saying 0-0 at half time. The match is ours to lose. Go Hammers. Nick has said Bones had some nice touches. He's trying to create the play, but we need him at the other end of it. I agree. I think he has a couple of nice touches as well. Grouch is saying, don't go there. You know we're still in this with 15 to go. A questionable penalty is coming their way. Count on it. Paul is saying, embrace it. Come on, you Irons. Lee saying, funny that we look, going forward, we look better. Will Nuno shit the bed and bring Potts on the hour mark? Hopefully not. We've got little on the bench, but hopefully not. Mancunian is saying, good battling, but we are a midfielder short. Don't see how we win here. We need a lot of luck. Good to see us getting stuck in. Victory saying, more of the same, I would say. West Down saying, this is prime arse bottling. They're begging for it. Duncast is saying, Arteta will fix that right-back issue at half-time, but we must keep that intensity. Yeah, he might bring Mosquera on. That's the obvious one to bring on at right-back. But in order to do that, they've got to make changes. So who do you bring off? I doubt he's going to take Zubamendi off already. So is he going to bring off Lewis Skelly? I think he's having an okay game. I don't know. I think he's got that first sub. Zubimendi coming on felt like the wrong sub, and it looks like the wrong sub. Rob saying, I've seen Arsenal behave like this before. We've got them rattled and they don't like it. They give up in games when they can't get their own way. I'm agreeing with Rob. Jack Mate saying, is a draw enough? Depends. I know it's a bit of a cop-out, but it does depend on that game tomorrow night. If we draw and Spurs lose, it's a good point. But if we draw and Spurs win, no. So we're not going to know until tomorrow night, should we draw. We've still got a long way to go, though. I still think we need to keep trying to win the match, though. Vinga saying ref needs to stop pulling up every foul, let the game play. James is worried about Wilson up front on his own, and he won't press at all. Alfie saying, I don't understand people who are negative after a half like that. Come on, have some belief, West Ham, let's go. Because they're West Ham fans. They've been here enough times, Alfie. They've seen it enough times as well. RC saying, I wasn't nervous before the game. I am now. We look decent and up for it. Yeah, I'm a bit like RC. It's giving me hope, and that's the thing that hurts you, doesn't it? Stephen saying, must be on top of Arsenal from the start of the half. Keep the pressure on. The goal will come. 1-0 win. John saying, news from the Arsenal dressing room is that Ben White's been rushed to Newham General with a dislocated eyebrow. Brilliant. Retro saying, it's amazing that this team is the team in the Champions League final. Paddy saying, sketchy. First 20, but we got into it after that. Hard to say. I'm not liking hearing Rice getting booed every time he's on the ball. I love it. I like Declan, but when during the game, he's an Arsenal player. Rick saying, last 20 minutes of the performance I wanted to see from the start. I'm not sure how long I can watch us playing the ball across the back without having a heart attack. It's I can relate to what you're saying. I also get a heart attack, especially when he did that one when he put the ball down and passed it to Mavropanos when Gyökeres was right there, and everyone could see he was going to pass to Mavropanos except Gyökeres. Ionix, thank you very much for your kind support. Very much appreciated. And do you know something? Ionix is my kind of subscriber. We disagree a lot. Me and Ionix disagree a lot. But never rude. He's never ever rude. And he said, need a draw here minimum. We just don't want to lose this as the fans will lose faith. Jack Mate will open this up to the chat and get your names in. He's saying, if you could hand pick who scored the last minute winner, who are you picking? I would pick Jared Bowen. Well, I don't know actually. I was going to say Bowen for the confidence boost, but I don't think the confidence is an issue with him. Maybe Somerville just to try and trigger that goal scoring run ahead of Newcastle and Leeds United, because who's the one most likely to go on a goal scoring run if they score today? And it might be Somerville actually. It should be the striker, but I think it might be Somerville. There's more sentimental choices like Souček, but I'm thinking who's the one that might then score next week because they've scored. Somerville is literally showing us earlier this season when he scored. I still think the Nottingham Forest one worked. Because although it was offside, he'll be thinking, I think a lot of us have played football, and certainly if I did something good in a game of football, like if I crossed it and I put it on a plate for the striker and he missed, I felt good about my cross. I wasn't like, oh, well, I can't get that confidence boost because of that finish. I still felt good. And since that goal, he went on that run, didn't he? So I think I would say Somerville. Right, let's get the names on the screen of who people would pick to score the winner. James would say Pablo. Paul is Mavropanos. Lewis is Souček. Inga is saying Tati. Get that confidence into the striker for the last 2 games. Smeet saying Tati. Nick saying Tati. Mark is saying Somerville. Quiz would like to see Paco come on and score. Barry saying a last-minute winner from Juf. Bob saying a Rice own goal. Inca is Mavropanos. Chico is Tati. Saini is Pablo. Corsat is Mavropanos. Hoxton is Fernandez. Mick is Souček. Desassi says no scars. Elk is Mavpanos. Hello, Mavpanos shouts. I understand why. He's a bit of a fan favourite at the minute, at present. Jack would like 20 pots. Richard has gone for Suchek. Steve is Mavpanos. Nick is Chatty. Michael is Dinos. Gary is Bowen. Not many Bowen shouts in the live chat. Although there's another one here with Ghostface. Mavpanos. Kilman, says Lee. Bacon saying, praying we fuck Arsenal's title push. I think we all are, Bacon, but thank you very much for the $8 Aussie. Your support is much appreciated. Luke is saying it has to be Somerville. Banana is Wilson. Hocus Pocus said Fernandez with a rocket. Hammerhead is Wilson. Skanko saying Wilson is written in the stars. Kevin is Somerville for confidence as well. Juggy is saying Disassi. I would like to see Disassi score a goal, to be fair. Because regardless of if he's here next season or not, it's been a very successful season. Regardless of what happens for Disassi, regardless of what happens to West Ham, whether we stay up or go down, it's been a very successful loan. And, when you're getting players on loan, you often worry how committed they're going to be. And he's come in, and there was a hesitation from him to perhaps join. I still think it was maybe overplaying time. I still think he maybe just wanted reassurance he'd be playing week in, week out. I think that's what the hesitation perhaps was. But he's come in, he's given everything in every game, and that tackle he did on Jokeres there, absolutely love it. So I would like to see Disassi have a moment. I think he's just come in and just given everything, and he's been a big part of the reason that we've been in good form from January up until now. Guys say we need to close them down better and condense the pitch. Jack said, I've seen big teams lose to relegation teams because look at Man City against Everton. Sure, we won, but y'all can do it. Look, a draw or a win is all we need. Come on, you Irons. Ocleos, any early subs second half? No. I think the one that would be on my radar would be Wan-Bissaka. I've not been impressed by him yet. Now, nothing's happened, and he is getting up and down that touchline very well. But I do wish he had a little bit better quality output. Would I bring Walker Peters on for him? Maybe not just yet, but I think that's maybe the one I'd be looking at, thinking, can we get a bit more? It's hard, though, looking at the bench. There's not much on there that makes me... I don't have a burning desire to see many of them. I don't want to see Kilman. I don't want to see Scarles at present. Nor do I have a desire to see Magassar, Potts. Wilson, it depends on the game's state. The way the game's been played so far, I don't know if Wilson would work with this. I think Tati's having to do a lot of running, a lot of closing down. I'm not sure Wilson's got that, but he does have that. Give him a chance, he might take it in him. Pablo, little desire to see him. So, no, not really. I'm not really got much. Ocleos, I don't really have much of a desire to do a sub at the present. What about yourself? Would anyone do any subs? Let me know in the live chat, and we'll get some up on the screen as we approach the start of the second half. We're just going to the final ad break. Random Dude is saying Kante is the only one. Nothing else matters. Is saying it's a bit nuts. Wan-Bissaka's been fine. He's done way more than Juve has. We're allowed to disagree. I think saying it's nuts is a bit harsh. I don't think you're nuts for thinking he's done more than Juve. I think Juve's done more than Wan-Bissaka. But I don't think you're nuts for thinking that. And for people suggesting Adama Traore, I've got bad news for y'all. He ain't on the bench. Bacon and other people. There's plenty of you suggesting. He's not there. He's injured. Ocleos is saying fully agree on the Wan-Bissaka. You're nuts. You're nuts. And I'm just taking a piss out of the person that said nuts. It wasn't offensive. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood. Michael would like to see Wilson on. Azim saying Kante on. Barry says Wilson for Tati, Kante for Souček. Paul saying Tati off for Wilson, Tati on card and would be just our luck. It does make me a little bit worried. He's a very emotional footballer. Jet saying Mosquera. Yeah, Mosquera is coming on. It'd be interesting to see who he's taking off, actually. Surely he's not taking off Lewis Skelly, and surely he's not taking off Zubimendi already. He's taking off Calafiori, so that's interesting. So it looks like he's going to take Calafiori off, so we'll see Mosquera go right back for Arsenal, Declan Rice into midfield, and then Lewis Skelly will drop into left back for Arsenal for the second half. So Arteta's made a change at right back and at left back and in central midfield as Declan Rice returns to the middle of the pitch. But I think Lewis Skelly's played well in the middle of the park for Arsenal in the first half. But Calafiori was getting in a lot of space, and I think we're going to have to make sure we don't allow Lewis Skelly to have those opportunities that Calafiori did. Anyway, the game is underway. We've taken a kickoff and we've gone along with it, as we always do. Come on, West Ham. Big half coming up. Play like we did in the last 15, 20 minutes. And you just never know, do you? Play like we did in the first 20. You probably know. As Wan-Bissaka is on the right-hand side with it, under pressure from Zubimendi. And it goes all the way through to Raya. Right, I'm concentrating now. Screen's in front of my face. Big half of football coming up for West Ham United, Spurs, Arsenal and Manchester City. As Mosquera is on the ball for Arsenal. West Ham, we're pressing high up. In fairness, Tati's just pressing Saliba, albeit gently, on the edge of his box, but he's forced it back to Raya, who's got little options at present. So he goes back to Saliba. And his only option is to go back to Raya. Anyway, Zubimendi on the ball, and I think we'll see a bit more of him in this half, dropping in between the two centre-backs and picking the ball up, trying to get Rice and Eze high up the pitch in the middle of the park. As they find Saka under pressure from Juve, so he's forced back to Saliba. Oh, come on, boys. This is going to be a long half, no matter what, isn't it? Arsenal just passing their way up the pitch as we retreat. And they're on the halfway line with that at the minute with Zubimendi. But they are just passing it between Saliba, Rice, Gabriel and Zubimendi at present. Eze has it under pressure from Fernandes. Finds Saka. He's also under pressure from Fernandes. Juve puts a tackle in. But a loose ball goes to Zubimendi, who looks for Jokere as well, intercepted by Disasi. Souček gives it to Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka's on the move. Fernandes has seen him, but he's hesitated and he's gone again. He's still not played it. I feel a bit sorry for Wan-Bissaka there. I thought he made a good run. Mampanos does look for Wan-Bissaka, who does really well up against Lewis Skelly. Gives it to Jared Bowen. He cuts in, looks for Tati. His shot's blocked. It falls for Bowen, but it's into the hands of Raya. Better from West Ham. A tame effort from Bowen. Gave it into Tati, who had a quick shot blocked. Fell back to Jared Bowen on his left foot. A very tame effort. Daisy cutter into the hands of Raya. But that's better. Encouragement that was. Anyway, Arsenal resume playing around on the halfway line. As Zubimendi just travels forward with it. Arsenal just trying to interchange positions out on this right-hand side here. Mosquera going higher up the pitch. Declan Rice pulling out to that right wing-back role. Just trying to drag a couple of West Ham players out of position. But they've had to go backwards all the way to the keeper here. And you can see Gabriel in particular starting to wave his arms around at his teammates, just frustrated with the lack of options. Raya goes long, looking for Mosquera up against Juve. But he's done well, Juve, initially. Gets his clearance in. Rice heads it towards Zubimendi. Somerville's brought to the ground by Zubimendi, and the referee's given us the free kick. Good play there by Somerville, good defending. And we go back to Hermansen from the goal kick. And he gives it to Disasi. Travels forward with it. And it's a bad play by him and Fernandez. And Declan Rice looks for Jokeres, but Mavropanos is over covering once again. And Juve keeps it in, actually. We've got away with one there. A bit sloppy from Disasi. But here come Arsenal once more. Trossard on the ball. Tadibo steps out. Souček puts him under pressure as well. Here's Zubimendi. Mosquera into Saka. It's still Saka. Has a shot, but it's high, wide, goal kick. Been a bit of a, bar that half chance for Jared Bowen's been a bit of a flat start from West Ham, but we've not got the energy that we finished the first half with, that's for sure. Feels like we're trying to conserve energy a little bit here. Disasi gives it to Hermansen from the goal kick. And he goes out to Wan-Bissaka, gets a nudge from Lewis Skelly, but the referee ain't having it and gives Arsenal the throw in. Lewis Skelly taking a minute with his throw in here. And goes back to Declan Rice. He's found Eze with a nice little pass to Lewis Skelly, but he goes back to Gabriel and Saliba. It's very low tempo from Arsenal. Declan Rice on the ball, gives it to Saliba. Mosquera's high up the pitch. He's pinning Somerville back here, Mosquera. His positioning's really good. If you're watching at home, you just keep your eye on Mosquera. Saka crosses it, headed away by Disasi. If you watch Mosquera and the way that Arsenal are playing, I think his movement's really good. He's getting in between. He's getting in between Disasi and Juve. And it's really forcing Somerville, because it's basically either you're going to have to get back in and become a defender, really, or you're going to have to pass me on and hope that Disasi's alert to what you're doing. Otherwise, I'm in. So I think Mosquera's positioning's causing us problems down our left-hand side here. Because Saka's dropping back on that touchline and Juve's going with him. So then Somerville's deeper than Juve defending. Anyway, we've got a free kick. Saka with a foul. Hermansen takes it and goes long down that left side towards Tate, but Rice beats him in the air and it's a throw-in to West Ham on our left. Inside our half, their half, sorry. And Mosquera's completely missed that. It's fell to Tate. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but he was wanting the free kick and for handball, he didn't get it. He's done well there, Tate. He's kept it in. He's away. Oh, he's given the throw in. Nah, I'm not having that. It looked in. Why would you not? I know you're not meant to do it, but bear in mind we're in on goal. Why not just let it come to a finish and then give the throw in and go to VAR if you had to? That didn't. I'm not so sure that was out. I think we've got mugged off there. I think Tatty keeps that in. How can the linesman... Fucking 50 yards away, the linesman. I think we've just got scammed. Live chat, everyone else thinks it was in. I thought it was in as well. I think we've just been fucking mugged right off. For anyone not watching, Saliba sort of played it off Tate and let it go out for a throw-in, but Tate ran after it, and it looked like he kept it in. But he got past Saliba, so he was running into the box along the goal line, and sort of Bowen was the only one in the box waiting for him. But he blew up before we could pass the Bowen or that, but I'm not so sure. Anyway, Lewis Skelly on the ball now for Arsenal, coming down that left-hand side for them. Bowen back, chasing him. Gets goal side of him to slow him down at least. Now Saliba for Arsenal. Mosquera gives it back to Saliba. Into Eze. Arsenal just trying to increase the tempo a little bit with their triangular passing. But they're in a not so dangerous area. They're doing it in front of every West Ham player, really. They're playing it in and around Fernandes and Somerville, but just that player in particular. Eze on the ball. Rice has made the run. He's given it to Saka. He has a shot, and it's over the bar, and it's a goal kick to West Ham. 57 minutes on the clock here at the London Stadium. West Ham United 0, Arsenal 0. Come on, boys. Anyway, Hermansen taking a minute and giving it out to Disasi. Now Juve is on the ball. Goes down the left to Somerville, flicks it on for Tate. Gives it back to Somerville. Mosquera's gone in on him, and he's done well to get away with one there from the referee. And Disasi switches play to Wan-Bissaka, but it's not the best pass in the world, and Lewis Skelly will get there. Goes back to Raya. Wan-Bissaka keeps chasing it, but it's calm goalkeeper, and Lewis Skelly keeps it in. Bowen just covering for Wan-Bissaka at the minute, who's well out of position after running down the goalkeeper. Arsenal switch play, and it's probably done West Ham a bit of a favour, that switch of play. Just allows Wan-Bissaka to get back into position, which he has done as Trossard comes forward with the ball in the centre of the pitch. He puts the through ball through for Saka, but Juve had tracked him and he's shanked the cleavage, and it's going to go out for a corner kick to Arsenal. Juve tracks the run of Saka really well, and then he goes to clear with his right foot and completely shanks it out for a corner kick. Corner kick to Arsenal. I do not like these. Over on their left-hand side, so Declan Rice will go over and take this. Rice for the corner. Head away by Mavropanos. Only as far as Saka, gives it to Trossard. Back to Saka. Todibo closes him down. Back to Trossard on the right. Crosses it. Away by Mavropanos again. He's been unbelievable so far. Eze gives it to Rice. He crosses it. Todibo gets his head on it. Tati confuses things at least. And Fernandes with a great tackle on Saka. West Ham want the free kick. As Fernandes rolls around, the referee says no. Saka crosses it. It's away by Souček. Lewis Skelly gives it to Declan Rice. All the players are still in the box. Declan Rice crosses it. It's deep and it'll go out for a goal kick. We're over the hour mark at the London Stadium. Arsenal. Arteta with his coaching staff in discussions. They've still got 3 subs left, 2 stoppages. I'd imagine you will see Odegaard at some point soon. Probably to replace Eze. Gabriel on the ball for Arsenal currently. Looks for Declan Rice. Somerville's putting him under pressure. Eze, Lewis Skelly, Arsenal broke in our first press. Everyone back defending for West Ham. Saliba on the ball. Gives it to Mosquera, who's in that pocket between Juve and Disasi again. Saka, he's cutting in. It's still Saka. Juve's gone with him. Saka gives it to Rice. He's under pressure from Souček. Out to Mosquera. And goes all the way back to Gabriel. Into Eze. That's a good pass by Gabriel. Lewis Skelly now. Looks for Gyökeres. Wan-Bissaka with a great interception. Gives it to Fernandes. He's under pressure here and he's very calm, trying to dribble it out from defence. And he's done well in fairness to him. Looks for Jared Bowen, but Zubimendi with a header. Souček fouls Eze and it's a free kick to Arsenal. Just inside the West Ham half. $62 and a bit minutes gone. Rice has gone round Souček. Fernandes brings him down. And he's not happy about it. He's letting the referee know. I think he might have a point, to be fair. No, he doesn't win the ball, to be fair. Another free kick for Arsenal. One of them awkward positions. Do you cross it or do you have a very ambitious effort? Hermansen's going to have to be careful. You leave too much of that front post open and Declan Rice might fancy it. Anyway, Rice for the free kick, and it comes as a cross. It's headed back in towards the box, but the referee's already given a free kick to West Ham. Yeah, you can see why the referee's given that free kick. Mosquera just ploughing into the back of Thomas Souček there, so West Ham got a free kick inside their own box. Pablo stripped, ready to come on. imagine it'll be a straight swap for Tati. Wan-Bissaka brings it down well, gives it to Souček, who goes back to Disasi. I'm okay with that one. He sprays it out to Juve on the left. Come on, boys. You're going to have to skin him. You're going to have to skin him. He does it. He dinks it to Somerville. Saliba breathing down his neck, though. He's going to make it very difficult for Somerville here, and Saka helps him out. But it's falling to Fernandez, gives it to Jared Bowen. Wan-Bissaka's in space, but he goes for goals. Blocked. And Bowen will get another opportunity here. Wan-Bissaka was in space there. I think the pass might have been the better option, but we've still got the ball. We're high up the pitch. Juve out on this left-hand side now. Goes back to Disasi. He's been closed down by Eze, so he goes back to Hermansen. Jai Bowen on the ball. Back to Fernandez. It looks for the run of Juve out on this left-hand side. That's unlucky. That's unlucky. I don't mind that. He wasn't far off getting it, Juve. Anyway, here comes Pablo. And he is indeed replacing Tati. Putting a shift, Tati has. Very unlucky with his header. He's had to do a lot of work up there. Pablo having to remove whatever he's got on his wrist. Substitution for Arsenal, 2. Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard both ready to come on. You'd imagine it'll be for Eze and Trossard, but we'll wait and see. Odegaard replacing Eze. And Havertz replacing Zubimendi, so the sub has been subbed off. A very attacking double switch from Arteta. Mosquera with the throw in. He goes back to Saliba. And Pablo's chasing it and goes back to Raya. And he's still chasing it, Pablo, forcing him to go long. That's a lovely flick by Trossard to Havertz to Gyökeres. Todibo gives him a nudge. He goes down. Oh, he's away to book him as well. This ref, man. That's Todibo in the yellow cards, as well as Somerville. It was a bit silly. Looking at all the alternative angles, it's a bit silly from Todibo. I think he's panicked. Don't think it's worthy of a yellow card myself. It's a free kick, but regardless, we continue. Declan Rice with another free kick over on Arsenal's left-hand side. I don't like these. They're not quite as nervy as corners, but especially with it in swinging on top of Hermansen. Rice sends it in. Mavropanos blocks it. It's bouncing around. Mavropanos blocks it again. Todibo clears it. Arsenal want a penalty for something. Rice whacks it in. Hoofed away by Wan-Bissaka. Lewis Skelly not with the best control in the world. West Ham, I tell you what, we've got up the pitch quickly to press them. It's very frantic out there now. Fernandez over Trossard and he concedes the free kick. Arsenal wanting a penalty for something here. I'm not going to look at the chat. Nah, you can't give a pen for that. He pulled down by Gabriel. It hits Gabriel in the hand before it hits Pablo on the hand. He literally drags his hand away, Pablo. That cannot be a pen. No way. No way. That cannot be a pen. He gets pulled to the ground. Gabriel's got hold of his shirt as he hits the deck. And then it hits Pablo in the hand, but it hits Gabriel in the hand before it hits Pablo in the hand. And Pablo's literally trying to move his arm out of the way. No penalty. Right decision by the VAR. Bloody hell. That could never be a pen. And it isn't a pen. The VAR is over, but Jesus. 20 minutes to go. Arsenal with another free kick. My Adam's apple is throbbing. Not been very well this week. And I can feel it. Lewis Skelly goes past Somerville, who has to be careful. Somerville and Pablo win it off him. Somerville with the most random looking clearance, but he's found Jared Bowen. Juice on the move. Bowen finds him. Go on, Pablo. He's the only one in the box. Juice looks for Pablo. Oh! I think it's Rice that gets there rather than Pablo, so it should be a corner for West Ham. It's not. Never mind. The linesman and ref can tell when the ball goes over the line by that much on the touch line. The line was 50 yards away, but they can't tell when Declan Rice kicks out for the corner kick. It's a throw into West Ham just inside the Arsenal half over on our right-hand side. Less than 20 minutes to go, plus stoppage. As Bowen brings it down on the right, up against Lewis Skelly. Come on. Cuts it back for Souček. He crosses it, away by Gabriel. Disasi's on the ball. Now to Debo. We've got players up anyway. We're getting numbers up, that's for sure. Bowen looks for Pablo. He brings it down. Saliba behind him. Come on, man. You've got to give a free kick for that. You gave a free kick in the first half when Mavropanos brushed Gyökeres. How was that ref not giving that then? Disasi goes long looking for Pablo, who's battling away with Saliba. Saliba wins it. Now Lewis Skelly has it. Saliba out to Odegaard. Arsenal come forward here. Saka up against Juve now. In comes a cross. And it's Gyökeres, but it's over the bar. Eagles, I agree it's not a foul. Okay? I agree it's not a foul. What I'm disputing is if it was the other way, whether or not Arsenal would have been given it. Bearing in mind, in the first half, we've seen a couple of soft free kicks given towards Arsenal in similar circumstances. I'm asking for consistency. Right, log out and in, hopefully for the last time, and I can click on comments as and when if required. Arsenal come on the attack again. Trossard down the left. Back to Havertz. Lewis Skelly. Rice. He's going to hit it. He gives it into Saka. Hermansen's out and smothers it. I'm getting nervous. 15 minutes to go. And I feel like we're just lacking a little bit of energy right now, West Ham. I feel like we're lacking a bit of energy. Come on, Nuno. This is where you're going to have to earn your wage. Fernandez pings out to Juve. Great ball. Juve brings it under control. He puts the cross in, but it's too much on it. But it falls to Wan-Bissaka on the other side of the pitch, though. He still got it. Pablo and Somerville in the box. Wan-Bissaka currently. Souček wants it. Gets it. Goes back to Wan-Bissaka. Come on. Fernandez. Back to Wan-Bissaka again. Into Bowen, who tried to flick it for Tadibo. Blocked. Wan-Bissaka picks it up. They're all getting in each other's way. Bowen, come on. Please, Javid. He puts a cross in. Blocked by Raya. Corner kick to West Ham. Come on. Come on. I know it might sound a bit mad we're playing Arsenal at home, but I feel like we could win this. Bowen with a corner. Come on. Where's Mavropanos? In it comes from Bowen. It's punched away by Raya. Juve gives it to Fernandez and he's forced backwards. Juve's got it. All the players are still in the box. Just send it in. Send it in. Mavropanos is making his way back, but Disasi's still up there. Fernandez, come on. Send it into the box. We're reluctant. We've got players up, though. Disasi and Tadibo are in the box with Pablo. Get the cross in. Somerville cuts in. He crosses it. Headed away. Souček heads it back towards the box. Pablo brings it down. Trossard clears it for Arsenal. We'll go as far as Wan-Bissaka on the halfway line, though. Gives it to Juve. Arteta's practically on the fucking pitch. That's a naughty tackle from Saka on Somerville, and he's going to get a booking, and rightly so. That's a dirty tackle. And you can see Somerville immediately saying to Saka, what are you doing? Yeah, scraped his studs across the back of his calf. Dirty bastard tackle, that. Free kick to West Ham. Come on. We're going to have to send this one in the box. Fernandez will take. Please. Juve takes it. It's not a good free kick. It's on the ground and it's been cleared out. Juve picks it back up. Fernandez. Back to Hermansen. He goes long. Pablo battles well. And falls to Fernandez. Gives it to Pablo. Back to Fernandez. It's Fernandez! Oh, fuck! Oh. It should be 1-0. It's a fantastic 1-2. He's one-on-one. He has to hit the back of the net. He just took too many touches. Pablo gave it back to him. It's a quick 1-2 with Pablo. First touch, and I think he could have got the shot away, and he took an extra touch. Bowen with the corner. And it comes. Souček heads it back towards the 6-yard box, but it's over everyone. And Gyökeres thumps it away. Come on, boys. Come on. This lot are going to get more and more rattled. Wow, for the love of God, please. Juve gives it to Somerville. He goes by Mosquera. Mosquera's all over him. And that's another booking for another Arsenal player's Mosquera on this occasion. It's got yellow carded. Great play by Somerville. He's in the mood. He's in the mood. Oh, please. 11 minutes of normal time to go. Madueke coming on to replace Saka. Arsenal's final sub. Come on, please. Oh, Fernandes, man. I can't believe he didn't score. Anyway, Fernandes sends a free kick in towards Mavropanos, who got a flick on it, but it was a very difficult one. And Tadibbo's not going to keep it in. It's a throw into Arsenal, right down by their corner flag over on the left-hand side, which will probably take it near the halfway line. Just watching the replay, Pablo gives it back to him. One touch, beautiful. Hit it with your left foot. But he just takes that extra touch to get onto his right foot, and then he ends up hitting at Raya. You do just wonder if maybe he should have just hit it first. He's taking that extra touch. It's that extra touch that's brought him too close to Raya. Oh. Madueke on the ball, goes back to Saliba. Odegaard threads it through for Madueke. He crosses it, but Hermansen's there. Good goalkeeping by Hermansen. He anticipated that ball coming in from Madueke. It was a lovely ball by Odegaard, putting Madueke in behind Juve. And his cross, Hermansen just smothered it completely. Gabriel beats Pablo in the air. Arsenal just getting a bit of joy in the middle of the pitch now, and I'm starting to get a bit nervous. That's Havertz, cuts it back, away by Souček. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't like this. Odegaard now gives it to Havertz. Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this. Mosquera. Madueke. Back to Mosquera. Odegaard. Rice, back to Odegaard. Cuts back to Trossard. Oh, for fuck's sake! Fuck off! We're going to have to go for it. Get Tadibbo off, get Wilson on. 1-0, 2-0 doesn't make a fucking difference now. Odegaard cut it back to Trossard. Took a deflection. Deflected off Souček, past Hermansen. I'm gutted. Anyway, he's taken Disasi off for Wilson, which is a strange one. I would have taken Tadibo off with him being on a booking and limping, but he's taken Disasi off. Wilson's on. Lewis Skelly giving it to the home fans, never a good idea. I don't even feel like we played bad. We've got the big chance. Didn't take it. Three and a half minutes plus stoppage. Can't see us doing anything. We need to keep our heads here. We're a bit rattled here. Bowen, Tadibo. We just need to make sure we don't get anyone sent off ourselves. What's this ref doing now? And fourth official's giving the foul here. Yeah, fourth official's giving it. Fair enough. Wilson throws Gabriel over. Who's he sent off? I can lip read. He's just sent someone off and said, "You've told me to fuck off 3 times." Sorry for the mute. I'm just fucking gutted. Absolutely gutted again. "90 seconds plus stoppage time." Fernandez with a long free kick. Panos goes up, but it's headed away by Gabriel. Panos goes in on Gyökeres, and it's a free kick to Arsenal. Oh, for fuck's sake, at least book him, ref. Just book Saliba for kicking the ball away. Now Raya's time wasting his shit. Six minutes of added on time. Wan-Bissaka hoofs it down the middle of the pitch for Wilson to run after, but Saliba shall get there. Raya goes long. Todibo wins the header. Pablo battling away. Rice gives it to Trossard. He looks for Madueke, but Diouf gets there first. Odegaard on the ball now for Arsenal. Somerville puts in a good tackle. Into Fernandes. Into Soucek. Somerville, good play by those three. Here comes Somerville. Past Rice. Bloody hell, they're all flying in on him. Odegaard, Rice and Havertz all flew in on Somerville there. Havertz was one that made the contact and got the yellow card. Well, actually, it might be Trossard that's got the yellow card. I'm not sure. It is Trossard. Little rat. He's been a prick all game, he has. Fernandes will take the free kick. I'd absolutely fucking love it if we score here, even if we still get relegated, just to piss this lot off. It's not a good free kick. Goal kick. Arsenal. Raya's going to take a minute with this goal kick. I can't get over Fernandes taking that touch. Every time I see it, it gets worse. That extra touch has absolutely killed him there. It's closed the angle completely. Well, the official man in the match, whether you rate the opinions of the people on the Sky Sports or not, is up to you. But the official man in the match is David Raya for that save. Bowen hooks it forward to Wilson, who brings it down, but Gabriel clears it. Fernandes gets brought down by Gyökeres. Free kick to West Ham inside our half. 3.5 minutes minimum to go. It's all or nothing. We've still got subs. I don't know. Can we not just get... I don't know. If there's nothing on the bench, is there? We say bring Kante on, but they almost like, what's the point? I'll tell you what I would like to see more of. Just leave the centre-backs up front. They're going to win it in the air, or they're more likely to. Fucking hell. He just crashed into Soucek there. Nothing, says the referee. Wan-Bissaka brings it down. Bowen, get a cross in. Good one. It's blocked by Lewis Skelly. Come on. We need a couple of decent crosses here. Wan-Bissaka looks for Pablo, flicks it on. Rice hooks it away. Wan-Bissaka back to Bowen. Havertz wins it, cleared away by Trossard. Gyökeres will run after this one. Johansson's come a long way and he's headed it down. And it hits Gyökeres in the hand and it's a free kick to West Ham. Come on, it's got to go forward. Soucek. Everyone up. Mavropanos is playing centre forward now. Fernandes sends it in the box. It's Mavropanos who heads it down. It's Wilson! Oh, fuck! It's deflected wide. It's deflected wide. The guy you wanted to fall to. Got a corner. Where's our big fucking Greek? Where is the big... Hermansson's up. Good, let's go. This is what I want to see. Bowen with the corner. In it goes. Raya spills it. It's bouncing around. It's Wilson! Yes! That's in! Yes! 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 Fucking yes! Fuck the Arsenal! Fuck them! Even if we go down, fuck off, you dirty cheating bastards! Get fucked! Look at them all, fuck off, you dirty cheating fuckers! Fuck off! What are they checking for now? What are you looking for? Any reason to disallow it. Get fucked. Fuck off. Let's go better stand. If we draw and go down, as long as they don't win the fucking title. Bowen put it in. Hermanson went up. Raya fumbled it. Fell to Wilson who hit it. I don't see what they could possibly be complaining for. I don't see a handball. What, Pablo's got his arm across Raya? I don't give a shit. There's nothing wrong with that. Nah, that's not... Nah, you can't rule that out. It's not a foul. There's a foul on Mavropanos then. If that's a foul, there's a foul on Mavropanos. Look at Mavropanos, right? If they deem that a foul by Pablo, then it should be a pen. Rice has got his arms all over Mavropanos, stopping him jumping for the ball. You cannot... Nah, you cannot rule this out for that. Nah. Nah. You cannot rule this out. Bullshit if this is ruled out. That is just common. Look at all the physical duels going on in the box. Oh, fuck off. He's been sent to the monitor. We know what this means. Get fucked. Look at all the physical duels happening in the box at that time. Look at them all. They're all at it. Everyone is touching someone else. It's a physical game. It's fucking football. Look at Declan Rice with his arms around Mavropanos. Football's a contact sport. Get fucked. If that was a player trying to head it and all he did was glance that head, all he did was get a slight header on that, you wouldn't even look at it. Bullshit. No. Absolute bullshit. You look at these replays so many times. You've already watched it like 10 times, mate. It's clearly not a clear and obvious error. The whole VAR thing is a clear and obvious error. If you need to watch it this many times, it's obviously not clear and obvious. They cannot rule this out. No, you cannot rule this out. Those fuckers have been cheating from the first minute. You cannot rule it out. I know he will, because the referee's got no fucking bollocks at all. Bullshit. Don't be a bell end. He's going to be a bell end. I know he is. Look at him. Pathetic excuse of a man. Bullshit. Get fucked. Nah, get fucked. Who jumps without their arms being up like that? It's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. If that's a foul, then it's a penalty on Mavropanos. Which player doesn't jump with his arm up? Pablo's literally... Nah, I'm not having that at all. That is bullshit. We've just been fucked. We've been absolutely fucked by VAR here. We've been fucked big time. That was down the other end. That was Arsenal equalising. There ain't no fucking way they're ruling that out. None. None at all. We've been scammed. Go on, Somerville. He's blocked off. Pablo wants a pen. They're never going to give it. I don't even need to see a fucking replay. He could have got chinned. He's never going to give it. Don't need to see a replay. Full time. Bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. I'm not having that. Nah. I'm not having it. I know some people think it's a foul, but I don't. You won't convince me. You will not convince me that that's a foul. Not in a million years will you convince me that that's a foul. Anyway, fucking, we've just been cheated. We have been absolutely fucking cheated. We're shit enough being in the bottom three. We're in the bottom three because we're shite. We don't need VAR fucking robbing us as well. Bollocks. Absolute fucking bollocks. And there's quite a few West Ham fans, not that arsed about relegation. They'll be looking forward to it after that. Fucking shite. Anyway, I'm going to be live in 2 minutes with my review. If you don't mind sticking around, I'd appreciate it. However, you've had enough of me. You can't be arsed. I completely understand. But before you go, drop a like on it. Subscribe to Hammers Chat. I'll catch you in a minute.